Are we live?
I believe so.
Hopefully we're live. We don't usually do lives on YouTube, so hello, welcome anyone that's joining us tonight for the live. Although it might not be tonight, wherever you are watching. So usually when I make something, I will film it not live. Apart from I do the odd live on like Facebook and for my subscription service members sometimes. It tends to be something a little bit quicker because usually the things that I film, as you can tell when you watch the videos on here, we cut bits out and we speed it up so that you can watch it in like a 10 to 12 minute video most of the time. Whereas sometimes I can spend days working on those projects. So my aim tonight is to not be too long so that you don't have to sit and watch me for hours and hours and hours. I reckon it'll probably take me between 1 and 2 hours, maybe longer. I mean, you don't have to stay for the whole thing if you want, guys, so don't worry. Those of you that watch regularly know I have a dog that snores. I have sent him off to my parents' house, so there'll be no snoring unless Richard falls asleep. So Richard is just looking after the cameras at the side to make sure I've got things in shot for you guys, because I have a habit of putting things not under the camera as I'm working. And the plan tonight is to have a go at making Bowser. So I've got, obviously not one I've made, a toy version that I thought I could use for reference. I did already have this in. So for ages, I've wanted to make a Bowser, either topper or cake. I actually started making an internal structure for like a really big, I say really big, maybe like, I don't know, 50, 60 centimeters in height, maybe even taller than that, in cake for a big Bowser. And I only got as far as the internal structure, and I got a little bit bored and I left it to one side. But maybe if you guys would like to see that, that's something I could, I've kept the structure, maybe I could get that back out and have a go at that, but not tonight. That would be like a different time, because that would have to be something pre-recorded, because I think that kind of thing would probably take me a few days to 2 to 3 days maybe to work on a cake like that. So topper tonight, because it's going to go with the mini Bowser castle that I have started making. The plan was actually to get that finished and the video online for tonight, which is why we're doing a live instead. Look at the little mini Bowser I've got as well. How cute is that? How small is that? I need to make one that's in between these sizes. This came with his mini castle. I actually bought the mini castle to help me create a version in cake, because sometimes it's nice to have something to look at. And often what I'll do is I'll just print myself off a picture, usually to about the size of what I want. Or obviously, depending on what we're making, I could design something myself, in which case I don't usually go off a picture if it's something that I'm designed myself. Now today, we're going to be making it out of modelling paste. So modelling paste is edible, but it sets harder than sugar paste or fondant. Now, apologies guys, depending on whereabouts in the world you are, you might call sugar paste different things. So I think here in the UK, it's called ready to roll icing or sugar paste. And in a lot of other countries, you will know it as fondant. So if I talk about any of those three things, they're all the same, or I mean them all to be the same. But they're very soft for creating cake toppers with. So I'll cover my cake in that kind of thing because it's nice and soft, although not everybody likes to eat it. I know, my sister loves this stuff though. But modelling paste is much firmer, meaning our figures are not going to sink down as much when we create them. At least that's the idea, is that they're not. Most of the time they don't sink down too much. So yeah, it's pretty hard stuff to start with. I'm going to use this particular one, which is a Saracino brand, which is an Italian one. I'm lazy, so often I'll just buy it pre-coloured in lots of different colours because it just saves me a little bit of time. But you can mix food colours into it. Now, I'm not an ambassador for them or anything, but I do use it a lot. And I do have a discount code, so if anybody does want any of their products, because they do quite a few different like edible products, like wafer paper and stuff, just let me know, because I do have a discount code that you can use on their website, and I think that's for UK and US orders. So I don't know if it works in other countries, but definitely if you're in America or United Kingdom, you can go on their website and you can use the discount code for 10% off, is it, Richard?
Yes, that's correct.
Off any of their products on there. I don't know, is it different on here? Can you put a code on screen, or can you not do that on here, Richard?
Possibly, but the code is Happy Cake is 10, but I'll work out if I can do it.
Happy Cake is 10. Maybe you could put it in the comments. If you're logged on, you could put it in the comments underneath and then people can get it. Okay, so I've pulled out some colours ready. I should have really needed this in advance to make things a little bit quicker, and I didn't. Now, I think we're going to aim for about this size. And I'll let Richard swatch. Oh, have you already swapped angles?
Nope, we have swapped now.
Okay. Yeah, this size. Usually when I print myself off a template, I aim for this size and I guarantee it always ends up bigger than I plan. Now, usually when I make a figure, I start from the feet and work my way upwards. That way, the legs, I've got like the longest amount of time to dry. So, you know, they're going to be carrying the most amount of weight. So it's important that they have the longest amount of time to dry. Sometimes I wouldn't do it all in one go like I'm going to as well today. So it might be that we have an internal structure inside to help it stay upright. The only thing is when you have got something internally, you need to remove that to be able to eat your icing figure. So that's something to bear in mind. Now, if I want to keep the weight down, I could, instead of making him in solid modeling paste, I could put something inside him. Like, I mean, you could use marshmallow, but it's very hard to work around, but it's very nice and lightweight and then nice to eat. You could use Rice Krispie treats, which is Rice Krispies and melted marshmallows together. That gives you a nice kind of inside if you squeeze it to the shape you want, and you can cover it in icing. Or the other option, which is not an edible option, is put something inside that isn't edible, like a polystyrene ball, just to keep the weight down. But you would need to tell somebody that you're giving this to, not to eat it. Although the modeling paste does keep for years and years, so if you want to just keep it as a little display piece on your shelf, then you can do. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to start with his face, you know. After telling you we should start with the legs, I mean, I should, but I'm just keen to start on his face because it's the bit I'm excited about making. Also, probably the bit that is most likely to go wrong. So usually, like, I would sit and I would do this, and if it doesn't work out right, I would just kind of redo it off camera, and you guys wouldn't know that I'd done it a couple of times. But yeah, tonight we won't have that opportunity. I do, however, have my microwave nearby because this stuff is pretty hard. This one I've had open quite a long time, I think, so I'm going to microwave it just to soften it a little bit, make it easier for me to work with it. If anybody wants to ask me anything throughout the video as well, please do. Sorry, you'll just hear the microwave going in the background now.
Got people joining us from the States, Mexico.
Oh,
got
Thank you for joining us, everyone.
Byron's online with us.
Hi, Byron.
Sam Cake. We've got quite a few people.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. So I think I have done a live before on YouTube, but not for like a very long time. I keep meaning to, and I just never get round to it.
It's a Q&A I think we did about 4 years ago. Yeah. when we were hooking all this up.
So if people do want like more lives, just tell me and I'll try and make a bit more of an effort to do a live. Like I say, today's live was because I didn't get the video done that I wanted to get done. It's quite dry as this one, but it's because it's really, really old and I didn't wrap it up properly. So if you have modeling paste that is a bit dry, you can add a tiny bit of water. This is just water. You can add a tiny bit of water, not too much, otherwise it'll go sticky. Or you can add some vegetable shortening. I've just left mine in the fridge and I can't be bothered going over there to get it. So water will have to do the trick for me tonight. So like I said, this one, I think I must have had it open for about a year. So if you've got some and it's open and it doesn't feel like it's usable because it feels hard, just microwave it for just a few seconds, not too many, otherwise it's going to end up like scalding hot in the middle. And then you just want to knead it until it's not crumbly. But like I say, if it does feel dry, just a tiny bit of water. So can you see I'm just sort of brushing a bit of water in so that we don't get too much in there at a time. Okay. Has everybody got Easter eggs for this weekend?
I know someone started on their Easter egg.
I did start it. I had all good plans to make it last till Sunday. No willpower whatsoever. Okay, so for Bowser's head, I guarantee mine's going to end up bigger than this, even though I don't want it to. I think I'm going to start by creating like a bit of a ball for the green bit. So we'll class that as almost like his skull. It doesn't look like it needs to be very big. Now, I didn't get weighing scales out to be able to tell you guys the exact weights.
Would you like to start?
You can go get some, and then if people are interested, then they know what I've used. But obviously, you can make it bigger or smaller. So I've rolled a piece that looks like it fits about in. Can you see the top of his head? So this little bit here. I should probably put this bit that I'm not using back into a bag. Got that many open ones in here. Just because it keeps longer, stops it drying out if you do keep it in a bag. Okay. Let's get the weighing scales out. Like I said, normally I don't weigh things, but I know when people are watching, they sometimes like to know what weights I'm using.
Did you know?
About 9 grams, just over. Did I know what, Richard?
Byron says in Japan, Bowser is actually called King Koopa.
I didn't know that. So why does he have a different... Are they from Japan originally?
Well, the Nintendo, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just looking to see, like, from the side, the shape of the green bit. Can you see on there? Because obviously on a picture, if you've only printed off one image or, like, one angle, it makes it hard to see. So, yeah, I think we could go with a fairly ball-like shape. But then he's got, like, can you see a bit more shape here? On the ridge of his nose. Although I don't know if he has as much on this one. Okay, it doesn't matter though. Let's go with... I'm going to just go with another little ridge of green. Just kind of maybe halfway across. So get a little bit of water on there. So I'm just using water for sticking my bits together, but you can use edible glue if you prefer. I'm just going to put it on there, but actually, is it easier to see if it's on the paper? Probably is, isn't it? Okay. So I'm just going to get a little piece. We're just going to put it about halfway up there, like that. I'm just going to squeeze it on. Actually, I thought this was a tiny piece, but now I'm pushing it against the face. It actually looks like it sticks out a lot more than I thought it would have stuck out. So from above, you can just see if I'm just flattening it a little bit, just there, and then it's kind of coming around here, like that. And then let's see if we can stick him in some eye sockets. So just above this, we're going to press in. I'm just going to use my toothbrush. It's not toothbrush, my paintbrush handle. I've got this upside down now. So can you see we're just pressing in a little bit here. I'm just going to widen these eye sockets a little bit like that. Now, if I do make them a little bit wide, so can you see I'm kind of doing this? So they're going up at the outer edges a bit more, staying pretty thin in that middle bit. But yeah, if I make them a little bit too tall, I don't think it's going to matter too much because we can go over with like his eyebrows. His eyebrows are so big that we can cover bits up. So I think that should be fine. Okay. Do we want to put in... Oh, I feel like I should have looked up what he looked like in the movie. This one's so small. This is the movie one, but it's so small I can't see between there to see if he's got like a bulge there. Can you get it up on the internet, Richard? Does he have like a bulge here, or is it just like a crinkle line like it looks on there? It could be actually that on this picture the angle is that his nose is covering kind of the bulge up a little bit. In fact, I'm going to adjust above sort of this little bit here. I'm just pressing a tiny bit there and there. I'm just using my paintbrush handle. It's got what? Oh yeah, a crinkle line.
A little one.
Let me swap to my modelling tool. So I'm just going to use my Dresden tool. So let's just press in, pointy end, kind of down here. We'll go slightly to the side. Can you see like that? For kind of a little bit of a, kind of like a scowl mark, isn't it, I guess? Make him look like he's scowling a bit. Just want these bits here to look like they're kind of the cheeks. Although actually, I guess this bit is kind of his cheeks, so that's fine. So we'll put some whites in a minute. This is where I end up with other colours all stuck on my fingers where it gets a little bit sticky. Now, this bit here we'll attach, but I'm just wondering whether I actually just bring some more... No, we're going to work in the other colour for that. I'm thinking out loud, or partially thinking out loud, so just ignore me.
I've got a bit of good news for you though.
Yes.
Evidently there's an unlimited amount of time that you can live stream.
Ah, that's good. So probably not.
No, it's not good.
Not good for everybody else, because I could just keep going all night, couldn't I? Making things.
Oh, it only saves for up to 12 hours though.
Oh, does it? So what happens with the footage then when we finish this? Can people watch it?
Well, this one, yeah, because I'm hoping we're not going to be more than 12 hours.
Oh, okay. So up to 12 hours, yeah, YouTube keeps it.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so I'm just needing some white. Again, I'm just going to put a tiny bit of water in. I don't usually put water in it each time, but it just feels a little bit drier than usual. Okay. So get it kneaded so it's nice and soft. And then we'll try and add in some little eyes. I'm not going to weigh it because I think this is going to be way too big. I'm going to go for a teardrop and then just see what it looks like. Yeah, that was too big. Let's go a bit smaller. Yeah, Facebook cuts me off after 4 hours, I think. I mean, I try not to go on for more than 4 hours because obviously it's a bit boring for people. I don't think that's too bad size-wise, do you? what I'll do is we'll take it out, and it's probably a bit small to weigh, but we'll see. When my scales go to 0.15. So even when I weigh the other eye, and if I try and get something kind of similar, oh, that's more than I need. When it's so small, I find it difficult to get them the same. That'll do. But yeah, even if I get them the same size, sometimes they look different because I've nearly lost an eye. Because I've pressed like one eye socket in a little bit deeper or wider than the other one. So like my eyeballs end up the same size, but they don't look the same size because of the eye socket. Okay, so back to that kind of teardrop. Okay, we'll do the same for that one. Just check they look similar to each other in length. I shouldn't have put that on white, should I? Because you guys can't see that very well. Can you see it if I put it up there? Okay, let's press it into here. I feel like that looks bigger than it did a minute ago. I'm just pressing it into the corner of the eye a little bit more there. Do the same on this side. Let's press it in. I think actually, do you know what? These might be a little bit bigger than they need to be. Just squeezing them this way. I want to be able to see a little bit of green. Can you see at each side? Also got a bit of green stuck in the white there. So just nudging them in. I am really spending longer than I should for a live on this, but the face is the bit you want to get looking nice. I say that look and watch it look a bit terrible. By the end, I won't have it quite right. And then I'll have wished that I spent longer. I'm just curving it up a bit more at these edges. Do you know what? I'm actually not too worried about the top of each eye because, like I say, we can cover that really easily with eyebrows. But I do have a question for you all. Bowser's hair.
I've put a question on as well.
Oh, have you?
I've asked people if they've watched the movie yet.
I really want to. We said, didn't we, I was going to treat myself to watch the movie when I'd finished the castle cake, and the castle cake is taking way longer than I thought. But my question was, is it red or really like reddy orange, his hair? On here it looks red, but earlier I thought it looked quite like an orangey red. So I wasn't sure. Have I got any red open, Richard? No.
Really? What, sorry?
Red that's open.
No.
Just so I can show you what it looks like. I mean, I don't really want to stick this on just yet, but it's more just so I can show you. Hang on. So can you see it's quite hard to get going at first. I usually have pretty cold hands, which is why I end up sticking it in the microwave. But obviously, depending where you live, what the climate's like, or if you've got hot hands, you might not need to use like a microwave. You can tell a lot of these ones that I've had on the shelf a really long time. I used to use so much modelling paste, so I used to buy it like in bulk because I used to make so many toppers and things. And then more recently, I haven't really been making as many toppers, so this stuff's kind of been sat on the shelf for a while. Just to show you, this is just very, very, very roughly that we can. This is way too big, but you know, we can cover. Can you see? So we can tilt this and cover more or less of the white of the eye, depending on how we want it to look. Okay, so that's why I'm not too worried about the white bit at the very top. Okay, so I don't think we'll add the brows yet because I'm likely to squash them. I think actually, does he have red in his eyes? Or is it just the toy that has red in his eyes? Maybe that would be more orange, I don't know. I'm not very good at holding things in shot either, guys. So Richard, have people said the colour of his hair, if it's orange or red?
No, they have not, Zoe.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to use this. I'm going to try and put in 2 tiny little balls of red for like his little iris. See if we can get these in. See if we can get 2 that are similar size. So I want to keep them nice and small.
Just zoom in for you.
I'm not sure they're the same size. Now, I was going to actually poke a hole in each eye and then... Where's all my tools? I'm just looking for a pointy tool. Hang on, let me move my tools over. Here we go, this will do. Something pointy. Oh, I was going to just stick them flat onto the face, but I think what I'm actually going to do...
a little bit if you can.
Could do it, maybe this might have to be moved a little bit closer to me, just a tiny bit. So I'm just going to press this into there. I'm just going to press it till it's about the size I want the red to be, and then I'm going to put that red Like that.
You ready?
I don't know if this match. Does that look a bit too small? It might be a little bit too small. If it's too small, just make the hole a tiny bit bigger. And then go in with a slightly bigger piece of red. I'm going to go in with another piece, look. There we go. Because I made the hole so deep, it's taking a little bit more filling.
Yeah, we've had a few that creative are lower. LOL, I'm not sure, but I think it's burnt orange colour.
So it is like a reddy orange. Yeah. Okay, well, he's got red now.
You can add some dust to it afterwards, could you not?
Yeah, we can dust it to change the colour and things if we need to. So I'm just trying to fill these. Oh, it looks too big now. So like I say, I don't always fill the eye socket like this. Sometimes, not eye socket, the little hole where the pupil's going to be. Sometimes I will just roll a circle and I'll squish it on flat on the surface. But as I squish it, it usually gets a little bit bigger in size. And I didn't want it to get too big. So I thought if we put the hole in first and fill the hole, then that kind of gives us our size. And hopefully then the red wouldn't go beyond that size. If I'm making sense. It kind of looks like a little turtle. Is he a turtle? Is he a turtle or anything, Bowser? I guess he does kind of look like one. Okay, so we're probably going to have to mix some colour for the kind of mouth and tummy. So I'm going to go with like yellow. Although, again, I would say he's not this colour yellow. He's more orangey. Maybe we should mix a bit into the yellow. Did you say you had some yellow open, Richard?
Somewhat.
Actually, I don't know if that is... So I've got some yellow open, but I don't know if that is fondant or modelling paste. So we'll open the modelling paste. Are you quite zoomed in, Richard? Is that why...
It was only when you're doing the eye, because they're so small.
Right, okay. I was going to say, is that why I'm finding it hard to get it in shot? Okay, so we're going to mix this with a little bit of white. To be honest, I probably should have a tiny bit of brown mixed in with it as well. Oh, where's the brown one gone? I'm seeing one anyway. Is this teddy bear brown, this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll use some yellow. I'll use more white than that. I'll cut off some white in a second. And we'll use a smidgen of this. I am going to put this in the microwave because I think if not, it's going to take me too long to knead it. The yellow is actually quite a strong colour, so maybe... We'll start with less yellow. There we go. Because it is quite strong. We can always add more yellow to it if we want. Okay, I'm heading back to the microwave. Feel free to ask questions.
I forgot about this.
What's that,
Again, Byron's obviously mentioned again. Byron's got a fountain of knowledge with all movies.
I don't know what this is.
Byron's a fountain of knowledge with all movies.
Yes.
But he mentioned, obviously, he forgot about the Super Mario Brothers Super Show from 1989, so I think that's the original film.
Oh, it's, I forgot. The Bowser's quite scary in that one, isn't he?
I can't remember. I mean, I've watched it a few times, but not for many, many years.
I think he's like proper lizard-like man. I'm sure he's quite scary in that film, Bowser.
Is he?
Yeah, well, he doesn't look the same as this Bowser.
I'll get some pictures up in a minute.
Okay. Right, let's give this a good mix together. Really, I should have prepped
Looks
these
a little bit
colours
like,
before coming online.
It looks a little bit like a red-eyed turtle at the moment.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
What? Yeah, he doesn't look like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, though, does he? But yeah, he does look like a bit like a turtle. I'm going to poke another hole in, actually.
I'm just going to zoom in.
Just stop zooming in because I'm struggling to get it in shot.
I know, but it's quite small.
Okay, I'm just going to poke another hole. It's ready for where the black bit goes in for the pupil. Okay. Just for later. Can I move this a bit closer to me, Richard? Because it's still... Is that okay? Richard hates it when I move the camera, but...
As long as it's straight.
I have a tendency to move like closer and closer to me when I'm working. So when I'm working here, you guys can't tell, but it's actually quite far away from me, and then I can't see over to what I'm doing. Oh, hang on, let me move my chair a little bit closer. Okay, I think this is probably still going to be brighter than we need it to be, isn't it? This for his mouth. I guess we could tone it down a little bit, but...
So, a lot of our viewers,
Yes.
92% have not watched the new Mario movie yet. Although, if it only came out, was it
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
So is that 2 days ago?
Yeah.
That's probably still a bit bright, isn't it? Okay. We'll go for some more white, and instead I'm just going to put a little bit of that into the white. I can paint it and change like the colour. Change the colour a little bit and hold his face that way. But it's harder to make something lighter by dusting on like powder colour afterwards. It's easier to darken it after with powder colours if you need to. So, okay, back to the microwave. Sorry guys. I really should prep more, shouldn't I, for these videos? Does everybody watching now, have they seen when we've done Facebook Lives and things in the past? We haven't really done Facebook Lives for a while.
No, we've not done many live streams for quite a while at all, have we?
No. How?
When you burnt it a bit hot.
Ow, I bit my finger. Ow. Ow.
So Zoe's just microwaved the paste for a little bit long, probably because she got lost track.
Yeah, so watch. Ow. Still not learnt my lesson, look. So it basically becomes like malt and sugar if you microwave it for too long. And then obviously you will burn your fingers on it. And it's stuck to my finger. That's why I always say now so many times. It is actually too hot now. Really. But let's see if I can mix it with this. I'm sure I've burnt like my fingerprints off. Okay. I'm sure everybody really just joined the live to watch me kneading colours for a whole full evening.
They may go off, have a tea and come back in half an hour when you get started.
I've started. Look, we've got
No.
a little bit of a face there. Already, look though, my face is actually going to end up, I think, bigger than that face. Which means he might end up a little bit big for my castle. Hopefully he won't, but we'll see. Oh, it does hurt my finger. It hasn't blistered, but it hurts. It just stuck to that finger. And it still doesn't even look any lighter in colour. Does it?
But match it to his face. Bring his face in.
Well, I mean, the toy's not the exact colour or anything, but hang on, I like this one.
It's not a million miles.
Do you know
off.
what it's going to have to do? Because
Yes.
if not, I should have left you needing colour. Here, right. I'm just going to take a little bit of this for his face, and I'm going to give Richard this so that he can be needing me some more colour for like his spikes on his shell and things. I'm going to give you those two things to mix together. Oh, my finger's sore now. So, I should really just stick my finger in the cold water. Go get a bag of frozen peas out to put on my hand. Okay.
You haven't got time for that.
No, I know. I haven't. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a bit for like. Oh, this is a tricky one. Is the shape of his mouth? It's such like a weird and awkward shape. So I think I'm gonna have to do it in more than one piece rather than just getting it on in one. Okay, so because I can see what it looks like from the front there. I think I'm probably gonna need a little bit of black as well. So if you could knead me a little bit of black, I just need like a small bit of black.
Before
Please,
this bit's
Richard.
done.
What?
Before this bit's done.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to take this. See how much we've got. It might not be the right amount, but there we go. We've got about 10, 11 grams. Okay. Let's kind of get it to roughly this shape. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to try and hollow it out a little bit in the middle. This is when things start getting much bigger though than I plan. Can you see? So we just press that down in the middle there. I want it to be slightly thinner each side of the mouth, just there and there. You can use your finger if you want. It probably depends on the size of your fingers. Okay, so this bit will be like his chin. So this bit's going to stay pretty chunky. And then it gets a little bit sort of thinner, does this fleshy bit, I guess, well, this colour bit. And then it starts to get a little bit wider again as it's coming out. Now, I'm not too worried about being a little bit messy in here because we can fill that with some black shortly. Okay, so let's see. This is gonna get like really big, isn't it? This is gonna be like way too big. I'm gonna just trim a little bit out here so that we can hopefully then put that bit to underneath his face here, like that. Okay, so we'll stick that on there. It's maybe a little bit big still, but let's try and change the shape so that from the side kind of comes down a little bit like that. I'm going to get a bit of water on here. See if we can stick this on. So we're going to press it on. You see each side here and here. Have I still got that in shot, Richard?
Yeah, still in shot.
Okay, we're going to press it down here. The back is probably going to be covered because this is going to be kind of against his body later, so we're not too worried about that bit kind of being on show too much. Kind of starting to give us his cheeks a little bit, isn't it? Tiny bit. Okay, so I'm going to press in a little bit more there, like that. And from the side, we do want it to kind of stick out a little bit more this way. Like, can you see his big jaw? Also, he's got like a little bit more of a dimple kind of going on in his chin. So from the bottom bit, let's press. Can you see up a little bit there? Because it's so soft, it might keep moving around a little bit at first. Okay. It should start firming up. This is where I could play around with it for ages. Okay. So while that black has been softened, I'm going to try and get a tiny bit of black into each of the holes, especially while that is just firming up. Okay, so let's get in there and there.
Just going to zoom in a bit now.
Okay, so we're still going to want this small. It's sticking to me. My hands are actually really warm today. After saying I always have cold hands, today they are very warm. It's the pressure of doing a live, I think. So I'll roll it just a little bit longer first so that we can slip the end, hopefully in the eye. Go in. It's a bit wet so you can't see it very well, can you? Or can you see it okay?
Yeah.
Are you whispering now, Richard?
I can see a black dot in his eye.
Okay.
I'm just amazed that we got online first time.
I know, we don't usually, do we? On the other places we try and stream. Watch this one now be too small. It's kind of, it's smaller than the other one now. Can you see? See if we can squish it to make it a bit bigger. Yeah, one is definitely bigger than the other. I'll just stick another one over the top. The problem is it's so small and awkward. It's the kind of thing I should really do afterwards off camera, just try and fix these little things, but hang on. Sometimes you can pick it up with your brush if you're very careful.
We want to check that everybody at home can actually hear us properly. I mean, I'm assuming they can do because nobody said they can't.
Yeah, hopefully.
Didn't do a sound check, but I'm hoping everybody can hear Zoe.
Now it doesn't look round. Oh, all these things look. Sometimes you just drop one in and it's perfect straight away. Other times it just doesn't want to work. Right, okay. Okay, yeah, I think that's okay. So let's get a little bit of black inside the mouth as well, because when we put like the top part on, his nose and stuff, it will make it so much harder for us to get into the mouth.
Got a back foot over there.
Thank you. Ah, there we go. Richard's made that a little bit lighter. I won't use it for the top of his face though at the moment. I think I am going to have to try and lighten that. So he's going to be like the wrong colour at first, but you know, we can try and lighten that up. Is that, oh, forgot which was, is that the one I used on the bottom of his face? See, now I want to lighten it, but I don't want everybody to have to sit and wait for me to do everything again, so.
Sorry, we've been on 35 minutes so far.
I haven't got much made, have I? Okay, so a little bit of water inside there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try and get a piece. So we'll just go fairly small that we can fill the gap with. So we'll start by rolling it and then squeezing it till it looks roughly the shape of the inside of his mouth. Okay, do you know what you could do, Richard? It's going to be a bit long. You could mix me a bit of pink, actually. Could you take me a tiny bit of... I'm going to give Richard some white and pink. In fact, actually, if you mix it with that, if you just mix those two together for me for the tongue. Okay. I wasn't expecting you to reply to me.
So I'm just engaging.
Not with me, you weren't.
No.
Okay, so we're just going to slip that into, can you see that little gap? Try and push it down here.
I've set up a live question things. If anybody's got any questions, they can pop it in there and it should filter all the questions so I can pin them to you. So I'm mixing this, yes?
Yes, please. Ready for his tongue.
Right.
Let's get a little bit of white. Now, I don't know whether to put his teeth in at this point or like a little bit later. I feel like they might be tricky to stick in there later, and it might be that mine doesn't have as many teeth as the actual Bowser does. Do you know what? I think I might wait while they end to stick on his teeth. I just want to check it from the side. Still, this isn't too low down or too high up. Again, let's have a look at the toy for that so we can see. Mine actually sticks out quite a lot, so I think maybe it should come down a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see. We'll put the top one on and then we'll see and decide. I think that's the best way to do it, don't you? Just trying to kind of lift this bit up a little bit more. Thank you. There we go. There's the tongue colour. So we're actually not going to need very much at all. Let's go for an oval. Squeeze it down a little bit. I just don't want it wider than the mouth. Otherwise it's not going to fit. Get a bit of water in there. And then we will put a little line kind of coming from the top down. So it's more like a little bean shape. And then we'll see if we can drop that into the mouth. It won't go in. Okay. And it's not perfect positioning, but I think if I move it around a lot, it's gonna not go where we want it to, so it will be okay. Right.
It's coming to it's taking shape.
It is starting to take shape a bit, yeah. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to roll a rough piece first, and then we'll have a look at the size. Actually, not too bad. Let's go with this size. Let's see how much we've got. I don't even know if... Did I weigh the bottom for the jaw? I don't know if I did. About 6 grams, 6 and a bit grams. Okay, so...
How much do you reckon he's going to weigh when he's completed?
I don't know. If I make him too heavy, the cake might not hold his weight.
But then the size of the cake, I think he probably will do.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of water on kind of this green bit. I don't want to fully cover this green bit here. It should. If you don't put enough water on it, it will go sticky, but if I put too much on, it will kind of drip everywhere, so something to watch out for. So we want to roll it so it's long enough that it goes across the face, but then we're also going to have to do a bit of shaping with it as well. So it's going to have to meet the rest of our cheek. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press it with my finger each side like this. I'll do the same on this side. Hopefully that will meet our cheek. So I'm not going to press it down just yet. Then the next bit along, so just here, we want to thin it slightly. And I'm just going to do that by rolling the paintbrush handle around it a little bit. Can you see here? Like this. If the line is too obvious, you can just run your finger through it, soften it a little bit. So let's see what this starts to look like. It's starting to dry out a little bit. And we're gonna just see if we can get that to meet with the other one there. It's actually setting pretty fast, this. Oh, he's got like huge cheeks now. Just gonna put a bit of water on. So you can sometimes get your water on and then sort of blend things together. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It varies. I think this Bowser's gonna have like really chunky, chubby cheeks. trying to get rid of that line. Like, I don't mind there being a line, but I don't want it quite in that place. He reminds me more of Popeye. Mine's looking more like Popeye than Bowser. Okay.
He's not.
He's not overly Bowser-like, is he? He's already, like, way bigger than the picture.
Well, maybe you supersizing your miniature.
Yeah. Okay. So, I don't want it to cover his eye too much there. So, let's see if I can bring it down just a tiny bit just there. Oh, let me see if I can keep it on the table. Press it down a little bit. Okay, so let's go for bringing him up between sort of in the middle of the top bit of his face, so just here. So I use my tool and then we'll gently separate. I've probably gone a bit extreme there. And then it kind of comes up and out to the sides, so kind of from about here maybe. So let's put a little mark on the top of the nose there and there. And then we're going to bring it round to down here. I think mine's probably not quite big enough, but hopefully it starts looking a little bit more like Bowser now. You reckon, Richard? Does it look more like Bowser?
Yeah.
I'm just going to try and round off here. It kind of reminds me of a dog or cat nose now. Like I said, it was a bit wonky. Like I say, if you have a go at this, you don't have to try and do it as quick as this. You can spend like much longer kind of getting it how you want it to be. I'm going to actually...
Trying to move the camera down toward you, closer to you again.
Is it not in shot again?
You keep getting closer and closer.
I'm moving the line from here to further up. And let's blend that down there. So again, instead of it being there, we're just going to go a little bit further up with that line. Just blend that down. Okay. This is where I can play around for ages with it though. Okay, so he needs his little nostrils. I don't know if he could do with just being a little bit further up still here. Can you guys see that? Just at the side. Oh, I've made it a bit sticky there where I've got him wet. Okay, so nostrils. I'm just going to use the pointy end of my Dresden, and we're going to go in. Am I not in shot, Richard? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I want you to move the camera a little bit, because...
Oh, his nostrils are a bit wonky. Oh, I don't like his nostrils that I've just given him. But they're on. They are on there. I can always, you know, if I'm not happy with him, I can always have another go at redoing him anyway, so. He reminds me kind of a little, mine looks more like an old man. You know what, I think it's because he doesn't have teeth, you know, when like people's like lips come over their mouths, over the gums. Do you know what I mean, Richard?
Yeah, I do, yes.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that at the moment. Maybe if I give him some teeth. When he doesn't have his eyebrows are going to make a big difference, aren't they, as well? Do you know what I should have brought over here? That I didn't bring over. I'm just putting some water in the edge of the mouth, ready for some teeth to go in. My corn flour, because my fingers are actually getting pretty sticky.
Right, I'll grab you.
It's just over there, near the castle. Oh, did people say if they did want me to do a big Bowser and cake, I could spend longer trying to get him right? So what I'm going to do is we're going to roll some little points. Can you see like this?
You might not do the big Bowser and cake live though.
No, I said that earlier. I said
That's
not
all right.
live. Yeah, definitely. No, not might not. I'm definitely not doing the big Bowser and cake live. You can't really see that, can you? Because it's on white paper. Let me just do some over here. So he does have like plenty of teeth. I'm just wondering whether mine should not have that many teeth. Do just to try and make things a bit quicker so you don't have to watch me for hours and hours on end. So a couple of little triangles like that. And then we're going to see if we can get them into the face. I started with the face really because I thought it would be the most time consuming bit to do. Okay, so let's see if we can pick up these triangles.
Yeah, I reckon you'll get his body, shell, arms and legs done in like half an hour.
Okay. It's just the wind outside, Richard. Okay, they don't want to pick up. Just go in. Kind of got one in a little bit. It's not where I want it to go though, but I want it to go further inside the mouth. You can just about see it from that angle, I think, maybe, or from some angles. I think they've ended up a little bit flat, so it's difficult to squeeze them in properly. This is where I get really frustrated with the little bits. Just go in, tooth. Okay. It's in. And can't be seen from the front whatsoever. Okay. Let me just get a bit more water in there. Oh, I've knocked his tooth back out of place while I did that. I really want to get the bottom ones in, but I'm just thinking... Do you know where my craft knife is? Oh, there we go. I'm thinking that I'm going to try stabbing it with a craft knife because that might be easier to keep hold of it. What was the saying, Richard?
I don't know, so I'm replying to comments at the moment.
Oh, yeah, sorry. If I put the bottom ones in, I think I'm going to find it difficult to get in then to the top teeth. But then also the same vice versa. Like when the top teeth are in, it's going to be difficult for us to get in to do those bottom teeth. Do you know what? I'm just going to open his mouth up a little bit because then I can actually get in and press down. He definitely looks more Bowser-like with teeth. And less...
He's taking shit. Well, once you got his little like Mohican on and his couple of horns
on...
Yeah,
I mean, that will make a big difference, won't it? His teeth are a little bit wonky.
You're pretty much there,
I feel like I need him at that angle for you guys to see a bit better because he keeps obviously tilting forwards. This tooth I'm not happy with.
For anybody that's not watched Zoe before, you can spend hours, can't you, just tweaking little bits.
Yeah, it's tricky because it's frustrating, you know, like in a live when I do it, and I know that I can't really spend too long because people will be bored, but I haven't quite got it how I want it, and you do have to bear in mind, things don't always go right like the first time when you're making things. I feel like I do need to prop him up, otherwise you can't see, can you? Can you see a bit better there?
Yeah, up.
Okay, so let's get some little points for his teeth. See if it sticks to my knife. Is my head in shot, Richard, or is it alright?
No, it's not. Surprisingly.
It is usually in shot, isn't it? There we go. If I can pick it up with a knife, it usually makes it a little bit easier. That's quite big. This might be too big, but we'll see. I think the bottom feels slightly easier because we can rest them against the tongue. Whereas we can't do that on the top. Like they can only stick to the roof of the mouth, which makes it harder because there's less surface area. I've probably done that a completely different size to the other one. There we go. It's almost in. Nearly. Okay. So he's got some teeth. Like I say, it's not quite right, but it's... I like fairly quick job. I call it quick. Everyone else will be, oh my goodness, sorry, that took you ages. It's not quick. It's okay. Hang on, I'm just putting some of this paste back because it's quite warm and it dries up very quick. But you could always get bags.
Pardon?
If you just put those things in bags for me, because they're going to dry out. It's really drying fast, like really, really fast tonight is my paste. I can understand it for like this one because like, you know, because I over microwaved it and burnt my finger, like if you do over microwave it, it kind of zaps all the it doesn't have much cocoa butter in anymore because of the price of cocoa butter, I think. So this used to have like a lot of cocoa butter in, which made it very heat sensitive. But it kind of stopped it drying out quick, but they had to change the recipe just due to the fact that I think cocoa prices went so high that it made it just so that people couldn't really afford the paste anymore. So yeah, so it's got a little bit less cocoa butter in, which means it does dry out quicker than it used to do. Okay, so do we add his hair now or do we add his hair later? I feel like I want to add the hair just to see what it looks like, but also his horns, but I should really do that when it's in place. Okay, let's I'm going to do him a little teardrop for the start of his hair. In fact, let's put some lines on it first. And put a bit of water on the top of his head. Or you can put the water on the bottom of the teardrop. Either way is fine. Okay, I'm going to push it on. Pressing it kind of quite a bit at the back, and it's kind of got a Mohican at the moment. And then we'll curve it kind of backwards a little bit. And we can always fill in with more pieces of hair, like a bit later on, when we're further along with the figure. So we'll keep doing this. And your pieces of hair, they can be different thicknesses each time, like they don't all have to be a big thick piece. If you find it's difficult to do it with your Dresden, you can just put lines in with a knife. Just watch that you don't catch your hand. And we'll just keep adding these. And put a bit of water on. To here. It just kind of goes straight back, doesn't it, his hair? I've probably done it a little bit long, his hair, but it's fine. You can add the hairlines when it's in place if you prefer, so we can take like a little teardrop and push it on in place. And then we can add the lines, although it is moving everything around on his head. Or we could go for individual pieces, which probably will look nicer, but take much longer. All good, Richard? Anyone need to ask me anything, or?
No, just people saying they're enjoying watching your videos, they enjoy your live. Well, they enjoy your videos. I don't know if they enjoyed the lives yet.
I'm pleased. I mean, we've been very bad with YouTube ones, like sort of. Well, I guess it was when we opened the shop, wasn't it, originally?
Yeah, it's been a few years. We've never really got back on top of it.
It was difficult to kind of look after the shop and do enough on YouTube as well, because we were always kind of packing orders and things. But we moved everything online, and we now only have a very, very tiny shop online, which means there's not as much for us to kind of do or look after anymore like there used to be.
There's plenty for us to do.
Yeah, with the shop.
Yeah.
I mean, with the shop. So it does mean I've got a little bit more time now for creating like more content. Although we have been working on sort of a lot of online classes, which were ones for people to buy. So like the newest one was the old man class. Does it look nice with individual pieces of hair, do you think?
That was cool. It'll be when he gets his horns in.
Yeah, no, I need to not forget them. Okay, I'm not sure how far forward it kind of comes. It actually comes pretty far forward, I think, his hair. But like I say, it's obviously not interesting for you guys to watch me just roll in loads and loads of tiny pieces. So I'm keeping it small. The trick is to try and get a point on each end. And just to save me a bit of time, I'll just fold it in half, and then we can use that as kind of 2 pieces of hair and then push that backwards. And we would just keep going with that until we're happy with it. I think for now we'll leave it like that because I want to get him some eyebrows on, and then after the eyebrows are on we can see if, like, you know, he needs anything else. So let's go with, I think, probably 3 pieces for... But do you know what? I'm saying 3 pieces of hair, but I actually don't know if I can squeeze 3 on because of how small it is. Okay, so let's go for a first one that's fairly kind of small or thin. See if we can get them similar to each other. These might be a little bit long. Yeah, it's fine. Put a little bit of water over the top part of the eye and onto the green a little bit. We'll do the same on both sides. Sometimes I'll go over it. Can you see I brush over it backwards and forwards a few times just so I know it's kind of going sticky. Okay, so when we push this on, I'm going to have this first one so that the point comes to the corner of the eye. If it sticks, that is, that's what we're going to do.
Are you doing a Princess Daisy?
Yeah, actually, I think a couple of people did request Princess Daisy, didn't they? Okay.
Will be a similar style, not similar style, but will differ.
So like the Princess Peach that
yeah,
we
a
did.
little bit like that style, doll cake sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna put more water on it. It doesn't seem to be going very sticky. I could use like some piping gel or even edible glue. Piping gel is really good at sticking things. It's just very well, it is very sticky, but it leaves like quite a bit of a mess where you've kind of put it, quite a shine. Mind you, water can do as well. Okay, so that's the start. That's the first one on. So I want the next one to ideally be a little bit bigger. In fact, the next one we could put on as one piece and then just put a little line on it, I think.
So, a question for you. Do you ever use polymer clay or work with polymer clay?
Not usually. I did get some out the other day because I wanted to make something and make a mould of it. So I used polymer clay for that, but usually I don't. I mean, I used to when I was younger. When I was younger, I used to use it a lot, and it's something that I haven't really used much since being an adult. I'd like that. Do you know what
Since being an adult.
Yeah. Do you know what annoys me though a little bit about it is I'm just going to try and put a line in here. How long it takes me to knead it. Mind you saying that, look how long it takes me to knead this as well. I'm just trying to, so that I don't have to roll two individual pieces. Trying to do it as one with a bit of a line down the middle. And then put that over.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Oh, wait, hang on. I want it to be longer than that one though. It needs to kind of start in the same place at the middle though, this little inside corner. But yeah, it just takes me so long to knead polymer clay, and I'm very out of practice with it. And I'd forgot things like, in fact, I did make a figure, she's somewhere on the side in our house somewhere, with polymer clay, where I was kind of just practicing using the moulds, and I thought, oh, it'll last much longer if I make her out of polymer clay than if I make her out of icing. And I'd kind of done it a little bit wrong and forgotten that if you make it thick when you cook it, it cracks, doesn't it? Mine kind of cracked all over. There we go, it's got a little line in it. Put that on there. Do they look thick enough, or do they not actually look thick enough, those brows? I mean, the thing is, you could keep going, couldn't you, and add more and more to these. Do you think his brows look like they need to be thicker? Actually, I think he has quite an arch in his brow, doesn't he? Do you think mine needs more of a kind of arch here? Oh, decisions. You could just add another little piece to it.
Got a few people asking if this video will stay online. Yeah, this
I think it does it?
Yeah, it will do. This video will stay online after we've finished filming it. What will happen is there's on your YouTube channels, like you got like a tab for videos, for shorts. There's a tab for lives, so it'll kind of appear under the live tab. If that makes sense. But yeah, it will stay.
Do you think
on
you'll
there.
ever get round to like shortening it so they don't have to watch when I'm going wrong and stuff? So if people want to watch it again, but they don't want to watch like.
But you don't want to watch it for 5 hours.
Yeah, I'm just adding another one onto. So that from this side it bulks. Can you see a bit more? Sticks out a bit more.
They could just watch it at like 500% speed.
Yeah.
But that would be like real time then.
Sometimes when I want to remind myself of something I've made in the past and I've forgotten about it, I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered watching it. I play it on really fast just to remind myself of things. Because when I haven't made like things for a while, sometimes I completely forget how I normally make them.
Yeah, that's going together now.
Do they need to be bigger? Or do you think you're just not giving him enough hair?
How about you get on with other bits? You can have bigger eyebrows again later on if you want.
Yeah, I think he needs more hair, but yeah, you're right. We can...
No, move him away from his foot a bit so he's on the whites, then you can see him stand out a little bit. That's it. Yeah.
Like I say, I could have really done with spending more time, making sure like the jaw shape was exactly right and squeezing it and pushing it around a bit. But I think for the time being, this will be okay for like what we're doing in a live, I reckon.
You got any plans for a 3D Mario?
I've got Mario Topper, haven't I?
Do
you remember?
Yeah, that's
We've got like a little toy Mario here. He came with Bowser, my Bowser toy. I think he's popping. Is he doing that?
You could have just said he made him.
Yeah. Popping out of a pipe. That's an old one that we've got on here, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I would have liked to have done a cake of him as well. There's that many cakes I would like to do and make that I just never get round to. Okay, so I think, we'll make him a couple of legs. Now, I think he's probably going to have something inside of him to help him stay upright. So I'm actually going to... Where did I put the yellow, Richard? Have I lost the yellow? No, they open it. Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, hang on. I'm going to get Richard to move me some more colours. I feel like the yellow is a bit bright, isn't it? Shall I put a tiny, tiny bit of orange in with it?
Yeah, you can do.
Or a tiny bit of the brown in with it?
The yellow is very bright compared to...
It is a very, very, very bright colour. I'm thinking we might have to put a little bit of polystyrene in just to make him lightweight so we can kind of build him fairly quickly. Also, I might even put a little bit of wire in.
Oh, wire?
I'm just trying to work out how much we're going to need.
You may as well admit I'm going to have to need enough for his body and everything else as well.
Okay, we just need a whole lot then. There you go. You can stick it in the microwave, Richard, that's fine. And I want some of the teddy bear brown just so it's not as...
Do you want to add that to it?
You what, sorry?
You're going to add that to it, yeah?
Yeah, just a little bit. Watch it make no difference whatsoever to it. Because that yellow's so strong. I could add a bit of orange, but I don't want it to go overboard orangey. Because that is a colour we can dust on at the end if we need to.
Oh, yeah. We've read some of your comments there if you'd like.
I can't read that from over here.
You got Nisha's just joined.
Hey Nisha, hope you well.
Gorgeous tutorial. I'm showing my age, but when I saw this, I thought it was Castle Grayskull.
Do you know a few people said that with the castle?
And ironically, Zoe said today, I should do a Castle Grayskull.
I really do want to make a Castle Grayskull, yeah. I think it would be a good one to make. Right, okay. So, let's see. So this is where we have to decide what's going inside of him. Now, we could make him without structure, but his legs probably won't hold the weight. Now, whether his legs will hold the weight or not when I'm doing it all in one go is, I'm not 100% sure. Or I could make him so his legs are very short and his tummy actually touches the ground, and then his tummy and his tail kind of will give him a little bit more support, which I know isn't kind of what he actually looks like on here, so he would look different to the picture. But it would make things easier for alive, like if we're doing it all quickly in one go. Or if I was going to do this and I'd spend like maybe a couple of days on it, I would bend a wire so it comes down inside his body and it would come down and sort of go inside both of his legs to kind of hold his legs. And then I would push this into a piece of polystyrene. Let's see if I've got some. I would push that into polystyrene while I'm kind of working on him, so that it all stays sturdy. Obviously, like, you can't just eat him. I'm probably going to put a polystyrene inside him so we won't be able to eat this one. But it's just going to give you like a nice sturdy internal structure. Or you can put a wooden skewer in each leg as well. He's a really odd kind of size and shape, to be honest. So you can see from the toy, like, he's really, like, he's really chunky from front to back. And even with this toy one, like, he wants to topple. Like, he's very front heavy. When you're making something with icing, it will topple if you haven't got it skewered into something. So I think that our one today probably won't be able to be exactly the same. I think I might do him with shortened legs and a tummy that touches the floor, just to make things a little bit easier for us. And I think what I'm going to do is we're going to start with the lighter colour, which is now different. It's hardened again already. I'm going to mix that and that. Do you know what? I might have to stick it back in the microwave again, Richard. And I think I'm going to put it over this. Have you made... You haven't finished that one? Well, no, I might as well do this one while you're doing that one. could do with a little white dot in each eye as well, but I didn't get the white paint out actually. I'll see if I can find that later. Like I say, he's not perfect, but you know, for one where we're not redoing him time and time again, it will be okay. I am just going to stick it in the microwave. Just don't let me forget. I'm also going to just put a bit of water on it just so it doesn't dry out when it's in the microwave. I have to remember not to leave it in too long this time. I'll burn my finger again.
Sonia says, thank you so much for sharing your amazing talent with us mortals.
Oh. Well, you get to see how bad it is when you watch the lives and the things don't always work out very well. Some things are much harder shape-wise to do than other things. Like Mickey Mouse is actually like a really difficult character to make because of like the shape of his nose and his cheeks and things.
Also got really skinny legs.
Well, yeah, he needs quite a bit of kind of support and stuff inside to hold something like that. But yeah, some characters shape-wise are very easy to do, and then others are quite complicated. Like I would actually say Bowser his face is quite an awkward shape to make. For me, anyway. Thank you. Okay, Richard's done us some paste for the legs. It's quite yellow, isn't it? But it's less yellow than it was before, so that's fine. So I think what I'm going to do is we'll put a bit of this yellow into the body. And we're going to add the polystyrene in so that it will hopefully stay all together and upright today. I'm just going to see how much we need. Like I say, it doesn't need to be huge. For what I'm making. Okay, let's see if we can roll out creases and cracks. It's much softer when you need it. You must have much hot hands than me. Okay, so let's put a little bit of a dip in there. Let's get a little bit of water in. So we're not going to be able to eat this one because I'm putting polystyrene in. It will help me kind of stick it all together though. Like if I do have to put a skewer or anything through this one, the fact that it's got a polystyrene ball in means that if I skewer anything in, it will just hold a little bit better.
As long as you hit the polystyrene ball.
Yeah, as long as I hit the polystyrene. Now, it does have... You can see where it hasn't squeezed together properly, but I think it will be okay because we can cover that with his face and also like that tummy bit, or if it's at the back, the shell will cover it. So there's like lots of bits that could cover it. This one is very soft. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to put that down for a minute, just leave it there, and then we'll see if we can work on a couple of little legs, which I think we're going to keep them very simple shape-wise. Okay, I've got way more than I need here, but that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a piece. I have to watch because I drop the water everywhere, and then when I roll out, I end up rolling in the water and it ends up a bit sticky. Okay, so you want to get it to about the thickness of like the widest bit of his leg, or even we could leave it a little bit thicker actually, so his feet end up really chunky. Okay, and then we're gonna cut it. I was aiming for half, but it's fine. It's fine that it's not quite in half. I've managed to roll a little bit of white into it there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna just press just above this bit here to create like a foot. So we're going to push in and downwards. Okay, so like I say, it's not going to be identical to the Bowser on here. I'm going to go for this side. So see if we can get it about the same place. Hopefully the legs are a similar-ish size. So you can see slightly above, I'm pressing it kind of downwards. It's giving him quite chunky ankles, which I think he actually has quite slim. Well, he doesn't have slim ankles, but compared to his feet, I think his ankles would be slimmer. But for this, we want to keep things nice and chunky so it stays upright. I'm also just going to press in a little bit here so that we get like individual toes.
Got a question for you.
Yes.
How long do these figures last?
It depends, like, massively. Sometimes they can fade if they're in the sun a long time. Yeah, also have to make sure they're not in too hot a place in case they melt. But at the same time, they don't want to be anywhere too cold because the condensation that they kind of get on them when they get really cold can cause them to go wet and sticky. But I mean, some of mine I've had a really long time, like for like years and years. The flour paste is the stuff that lasts the longest, and I think you keep that for like 20, 30 years sometimes. But it depends how well you've kind of kept it. Don't put them in anything airtight, and you definitely don't want to put them in the fridge because it does ruin them. So yeah. How long were some of mine? Mine I had a big clear out though, didn't I?
I mean, you've had still on our shelves there. Some of your favourite ones have had probably 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years at least.
Yeah. This is the back of my knee, so I'm just pressing in a little bit. See if we can put it in at the same height on this one. Is it? No, it's lower down on this one. Oops. See if we can press that so it looks slightly higher. Oh, that looks a bit better, doesn't it? I don't want to go in too deep. If I go in too deep, what happens is it will weaken the leg at that point. So like going in a little bit is fine. Like I say, we're giving him fairly chunky legs. So we can bend his leg a little bit because he's got quite bent legs. We can maybe kind of just smooth. Can you see from there upwards? So it kind of looks more like he's got a calf now, and then the rest of the leg kind of comes up a bit more, and then we can kind of bend it a bit more as well. Just check it does actually stand up. Or it stands. It does actually stand on its own, actually. I wasn't expecting that to, but it does. That's cool. So just press in. Can you see? So it's smoothing. So instead of it going in and out really quick, it's kind of going in quickly at this side, but then it's coming up more gradually here. Okay. Again, let's see if we can bend it a little bit. Now you can, if you want, put loads of texture and stuff on him. I'm not going to today. Like I say, he's just going to be a big chunky thing for ours today. Maybe some little lines on his knee though. So like, can you see on here? Do you know what would actually work nice for texture if you wanted to give him like a scaly texture on here? Would be like, you know, if you just got like a little round piping nozzle with a little round end. In fact, do you know what? I did actually have some around here. There we go. I knew I had some somewhere. They all got like just little round ends. You can get them in different sizes, like the different numbers mean different sizes. Like a 2 and a 4 there. So you could just press in to give him some texture. I don't know how well that shows on camera. I don't know if that is the light a bit bright for you to be able to see that. I'm not going to do it everywhere, but maybe a little bit just on the front of the foot. You could have done this actually on his forehead. Maybe a smaller one on his foot. It might actually be too hard now on his forehead to do this. Yeah, it's too hard. But that would have looked nice for a bit of texture on there. But when we're doing something as small as this, it doesn't really matter too much if, like, you know, if it doesn't have a lot of texture. Okay, does this feel like it's firming up? So these legs will be a little bit long. We're going to cut them to be a bit shorter, probably about here, where I'm putting like kind of my finger line. Is it too bright, Richard, for people to see what I'm doing? Can people see?
It's all right.
Okay, but I'm just going to wait a bit before I cut it off because I want to do a bit more on the body first. I'm going to see if we can add quite a bit with a tail as well, because if we can add quite a bit of a chunky tail, that could hold this upright, hopefully. So do we put the tail on first or do we put the body patch on? In fact, let's put him a little patch on for his body. So like this bit at the front here, it would kind of go underneath a bit, wouldn't it, I think? Might have more than we need here. That's probably going to make him quite a bit chunkier. Let's see. In fact, I'm going to go for a little bit less. You all right, Richard?
Yeah.
Are you trying to sort the lighting? Sometimes when the lights that we have on are really bright, it stops you kind of seeing the detail.
They're set now anyway.
Go slightly oval and we'll squish it a little bit like this. And then I'm going to put it on here. It just wants to be like, I think the bottom half, or maybe not half, slightly above half. Now I haven't added water just because it feels quite sticky, but obviously you can add water to it to help it stick. And I'm just going to push it on. Okay. It's made his body kind of stick out quite a bit more, but I think that's fine. I don't mind his body sticking out more. I think is he a turtle? I presume he is. Oh yeah, is that why they throw turtle shells? You can tell, like, I'm not like a big gamer. Like, I do like Mario. Richard has it on the Switch, and I occasionally play on like the little racing game, the Mario Kart one. Is that what it's called? But I'm terrible at it. I don't play it very often. But I like the characters. That's what I like about it, the characters. Okay, so can you see we're pressing in some lines now for across the tummy bit. I'm pressing fairly deep so that we get a bit of kind of, I don't know what you'd call it. I'm going to call it pillowing, but it's not pillowing, is it? I want to kind of round it a bit in these corners here. Can you see just there? Just because I think it looks nicer like that. This is where I should have really got lots of different drawings of him to have a look at really for doing this. Obviously, the wider apart I put them, the fewer of them I have to do. So I probably should have started with them wider apart. I've definitely gone uneven. They're getting wider at one side compared to the other. You all right, Richard?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody any questions they wanted to ask me, Richard?
No new ones yet.
Okay. Okay, so that's it from the side. So he's nice and rounded from the side. I don't know if when I put the head on, his body's going to look...
We'll get a side camera.
Difficult to tell, isn't it? He'll be big when he gets the shell on, that's the thing though. In fact, do you want to be needing me some green already?
I can do.
I think we'll just use the dark green that we've got. It might have to be microwave. That one's quite old actually to go with. Oops. I've got that many packs of the dark green. You don't have to microwave all of it, just, I don't know, like this kind of size piece. This size piece is what I'm showing him. Okay.
The rest of that then?
Yes, please. So I think, I'm not going to stick the legs on just yet. Let's work on a bit of a tail. I'm hoping I've got enough paste for tail and arms. Maybe we have, maybe we haven't. I'm not sure. If not, he's going to have different coloured arms because I did get Richard to mix colours together for this, so it's not just yellow on its own. Although at the same time, do you know what? If I do his arms too big and thick, it'd be too heavy to hold on anyway. So he does have nice big thick arms, but yeah, the weight, we might have to use that wire that I showed you earlier to kind of push through and help hold on arms, especially if we're to have them in this kind of position. If they're coming, sorry, the microwave's really loud. If they're coming downwards, you know, they don't need as much support. Okay, so let's see if we can roll this into like a bit of a tail shape. Again, I want to keep it pretty chunky, otherwise it won't give us lots of weight that holds it down, and we want to stick it to here. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to cut a little bit. Ooh, dropping my knife off the table.
Well, you
Just cut a little bit off. Now, I should really spend way longer. Can you see I've got all cracks and stuff, and that's because I haven't really spent time kneading this properly and making sure I'd smoothed all that out, which you should do really. So can you see we've kind of done this at the edges, makes it dip in slightly so that hopefully it makes it easier for me to attach to his bum. Now this tail really is a little bit big for him, but like I say, I'm hoping it will kind of hold him up. The other thing we can do is if we take some paste, hang on, let me just put some water in here so it goes nice and sticky. I'll just leave that there a second once it's been sticky. And if we have some scrap paste, so let's say like this is quite a hard piece of green. If I were to stand that on top of that, I might be able to just remove that later. And when this is set with the legs on, when we remove this from under it, it should have kind of that gap under it. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Although I don't think I want him quite as high as that. Let's see if I can cut this down. Right, so we give him like a bit of a gap underneath him, but not too much of one. Okay, so you might need to have the side camera as well soon, Richard. Oh, sorry, Alexa's talking to me. I don't know what she's saying, what she wants. Okay, I'm going to stick this on here.
Just might put this in here.
Maybe. Okay, so we're going to push this on to here. Now I should really, again, smooth out the seam. It can be difficult to smooth out the seam though. Sometimes the seam disappears, sometimes it does not. I think I've stuck it on wonky, haven't I? Stuck it to one side. I've made it very wet, so at the moment it's kind of just sliding about. So can you see eventually, if I keep pressing, can you see when it's slightly wet with my finger, it does start to blend. It's just, it does take a little bit of time. And I think any bits that are going to be under the shell, we're not going to really see. I'll just wet my finger there and I'll blend that a little bit there. So like I say, we're not going to worry about those bits that are under the shell. I'm going to bring the tail, or try and bring it, you see, down a little bit like this, so it comes slightly lower, because I'm going to put that under there to try and hold it up slightly. What I do need to make sure is that it's not wet and sticky under here, otherwise it will stick to that little block of paste. And I'll put that there. I'm going to kind of sit him on top of that, and then his tail could come, it can go to whichever side you want. I think I might just, can you see, curve it around the side a little bit like that. But it should hopefully take some of the weight, should that tail. We can put spikes and things on it as well in a bit. Drink my water. So can you see from the side?
Yeah, if you bear with me.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Just need to make sure he's upright. Then what I want to do is have a little look at the length of the legs and cut them a little bit so they go against this body. So I'm going to cut them kind of about here. Can you see that? I might need to kind of move it around a little bit. Hopefully it's still a little bit flexible. Yep, still a little bit flexible. And then I'm going to push that onto here. Okay. Again, we might need a bit of water on there to make it sticky. In fact, what I am going to do is just cut the other one to the same kind of.
So back on top down, I think.
Or hopefully to the same length. Oh no, it's shorter. That one's shorter. No. Let's see if we can stretch it a little bit. Okay, you can either have one short leg, or I could cut that other one down a little bit. I just don't want his legs to be too tiny. Okay. So let's see if we can push these on. I'm just going to... It's the funniest position ever, isn't it?
Well, it's partly because his feet, his toes are pointing outwards, if you know what I mean.
Okay, I'm just going to face him towards me a second while I just press this on.
You could retitle the video "How Not to Make Bowser."
Well, maybe, yeah. We'll see by the end. Okay. So I want the body to be kind of tilting forwards a little bit. So if I tilt the body further forwards, I might have to just move that, keep moving the tail as well. Do his legs look like obviously different, or like different lengths, or do you think we can get away with that? They do need to be pressed on pretty firmly though, otherwise they will drop off later if you're not careful. Watch them drop off now, I've just said that. Okay. So he's sat on his little thing here in his weird little position. I think they could maybe face slightly further forward by a tiny bit.
Just twist his ankles.
Okay, this is, again, the bit I kind of play around with for ages. But I guess actually when you do look, his legs stick out a lot. Like his legs are actually very wide on him. Okay. I do think that like now, can you see from the side, his head doesn't stick out forward like enough. I'll probably need something between there and there that we can stick his head onto. Although actually, do you know what? He has the black collar, doesn't he? So we could put on the black. Did you need me some black earlier? You didn't you?
It's probably quite hard.
Probably a bit hard, yeah. And let me just see how much we've got. I'm just thinking, obviously, like it'd be kneaded nicer than that. If that went on there, then the head could then go on to there, and I think it looks like it sticks out better. Okay, so I'm just gonna try and get some heat from my hands in this. My hands, I said they were really hot. They've cooled down now. So the palm of my hands is quite warm, but my fingertips are actually quite cold now. That might change again as we go along. I think it's definitely getting colder in here though, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. It's also pitch black outside now.
Oh yeah, it is. How long have I been online for?
We have been on live.
Thank you everybody for watching, by the way. It's funny how many people do tell me though that they put on my YouTube videos because they say it's relaxing on a night when they watch them in bed, but I know it means they watch them because it makes them fall asleep.
We've been live 1 hour and 25 minutes.
Oh, have we already? Wow. Okay, so we'll roll this into a ball.
I have a question for you.
Yes, Richard.
A lot of the audience will probably know this. Why do you sometimes use water and then sometimes piping gel?
Piping gel's stronger, but it makes a bit of a mess.
Does it? So it kind of leaves you a bit of a glaze on it, does it? Sort of thing.
Yeah, and especially like if I want to dust colour or paint colour on the surface at the very end, where the piping gel would be, the colour doesn't stick to it the same way, so I end up with like different kind of patches and stuff.
It's piping gel a bit like a sugar syrup sort of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much glucose, I think. Okay, so like, can you see there? I could stick that onto there like that. Have I got that in the right angle for you, Richard?
Yeah, it's fine.
We just need to work out the height of it. Like, you know, because, I mean, he will have a shell that will make him taller. I'm just going to face him towards me a second so I can work out. I'm going to stick it about here. I am going to add a cocktail stick, though, just because I'm worried that his head will not stick. If not, so hang on, there might be a bit much water on there. So if I put that on there, like that.
I've got another question for you. I'll ask you some
Full of questions.
I am. Well, I've got loads more if you want me to ask you loads more.
Just going to push that on so it's a bit tighter.
What character do you like playing in Mario Kart?
Princess Peach. Can you see that from there?
Yeah.
I'll stick that on, but I am going to get a cocktail stick. It's quite a wide colour for him, this, but, you know, it's fine. Where's my thing?
People are going to wonder why. People are going to wonder why I've got a little bonsai tree in the air.
Oh, it's what came with the Mario castle that I bought from the toy shop. Okay, so if we stick this in here... Wait, my hand's in the way. Can you guys see?
Yeah.
Side view is fine, Richard.
Hello? Okay.
Okay. I just don't want it to come out of his back. It needs to be strong enough that it will help hold this on. I am going to have to cut it down a little bit because I think that will just come out the front of his face. So let's trim it a little bit. Like, we want it to go in the face and help stick to the face. The other thing we can do as well, actually, is like if we take a scrap bit of paste to help stick it. You know how you said about water or piping gel? If you want something a little bit stronger, I'm just going to dunk that because it'll be easier. It's just going to make a bit of a sticky mess. If I wet my paste a lot more with water, so obviously you see me adding water to it anyway to kind of revive it. If I put a lot more water in it, it will make it kind of really sticky. It's going to make a mess of my fingers, actually. Should have thought about this. But it will make it really sticky, and you can use this as a glue for like pieces that, you know, you want a little bit stronger gluing together. So like, for example, if I put a little bit on there, although I will have to just watch out that it doesn't kind of... I was going to drop that in the water. I don't want to drop that in the water. I am just wiping my hands down my trousers, which is you shouldn't do, guys. But it should help stick to him. I'm just looking at the little cartoon character to see is whether that is actually enough or not. So I think... Can you guys see? Is my hand in the way?
That's right.
About here. I feel like his head doesn't look big enough now for this body, but then he does have a big body, doesn't he? Like, his body is massive.
You look different when he's got his shell on and he's got his white surround.
I mean, he has got like a really long neck now. It probably shouldn't be as long as that. Let's see if we can push that down a little bit. Again, it depends on the angle you want his head to be as well. His chin is definitely a little bit too big. He's definitely giving me Popeye vibes. Okay. I think he does need bigger eyebrows as well, actually.
We can add those on when you've got the shell on.
Yeah, we can add them afterwards. What I am going to do is... Can you remember where I put that piece of wire?
When they're still going to polystyrene?
Oh, yeah, it's still in the polystyrene. I probably need to cut this down, but I'm going to poke this through. I mean, to be honest, if we were giving him straight arms, I could use like a wooden skewer. But if we want them to be like a little bit bent, then what I would do is push through a wire. Let me just see what his kind of... Shoulder height is kind of the same as his face, isn't it? So it's actually pretty high up. So we could push that in there. Like that. I probably don't need it quite as long as that. Can you guys see that?
I'm just on top down at the moment as well.
I'll just trim this down. I haven't checked the length, so it's either going to be too long or too short. I should really have checked the length, but it's fine. It will all work out, I'm sure. See, by doing a live, it actually forces me to get on with making something, because in real life, I wouldn't sit and make this quick. I would do a bit and then I'd get a bit bored, wander off, especially if it wasn't turning out exactly as I want. So I'd kind of wander off a bit, do something else, avoid doing my work, etc. Okay. I think so now we will move on to the shell.
Yeah.
Where's the green?
Probably solid again now.
Probably. No, it's still a little bit soft. Still a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to have to move into one side a second.
Do you want top
the
down for a
shell does actually stick out a lot.
You top down now.
But hopefully this will hold the weight at the moment until everything has had time to dry. Then, like I say, when everything's dried, we can remove this piece. Oh, okay, we're top down so nobody can see.
No.
Okay. So I don't think we're going to need all of that for a shell. What I'll do is I'll just have a little look. If I do, this is very rough shape first. Yeah, we don't need all that.
You can make him a hat with that as well.
He doesn't have a hat.
Yeah, we could make him one.
Oh, I mean, I suppose it could do. Right, okay, so. Ooh, am I going to get his arms on actually after a shell? Or not? What do you reckon? I'm just trying to press it into like a bit of a dome shape. It isn't like a perfect round, is it? It's like more oval. Would you say? Would you say it's more oval, do you reckon?
It's quite a strange shape.
Well done to anybody that's managed to watch it all the way through the live, by the way. So far. Okay. Let's see. So we've got this kind of domed-ish shape. I want to kind of put it on. Can you see onto his back?
Bring it a bit closer to you.
But I don't know if actually this comes far enough round now. Can you see?
You're on side camera now.
I might need to kind of hollow it out a tiny bit. But then when we put like the edging on, I guess the edging... I haven't put water on at the moment because I'm not fully sure if I want it exactly like that or not. Actually, it's quite long on his tail, so maybe I have done mine a little bit long.
You've got quite a chunky white surround as well, haven't you, to go
Yeah,
on.
that's what I mean. I've got to add that as well. And where his arms are going to go, it will kind of... It's got like... It goes backwards, doesn't it? It shapes around that. Okay, I'm actually just going to... Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get out the pipe and gel that you all asked about, or that Richard asked about. It's a new one, so it's still sealed. I think it's pretty much glucose syrup, isn't it?
Watch your fingers.
I can't get that through there. So, can you see it's quite thick? Which camera are you on?
You're top down now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's quite thick stuff. Usually when it's a new pot, it doesn't stick to my brush, it just stays in the pot. Sometimes I'll water it down a little bit with water as well. But I want this to be fairly sticky. Also, if you put too much on, the pieces will just slide apart rather than sticking together. Okay, so let's get this back on here. I want to put a bit of pressure on, but I don't want to crush the whole thing. Okay. It does definitely come low down on his tail on mine. I feel like his head is too high. Can you see? Unless I lift my shell up a little bit. What do you reckon? If I lift the shell up slightly, does that look better? And then I want to bend it slightly so it will go around the back of the arms. I know the arms aren't on yet, so we have to imagine where the arms are going to go and then just bend that back a little bit there like that. Yeah, I think that his head's quite small on mine, isn't it? But and I also have to allow for that white bit to go on. Where was that? My white bit? It wasn't, was it?
No.
Oh no, I don't have an actual white bit.
No. Do you want to
Pardon?
Do you want to need just quickly?
Yes, please. He's got like the thickest collar ever. He's got like a really long neck. We're going to have to just look at this guy from the front, I think, for him to look all right. Actually, do you know what? His shell just doesn't look that wide, does it, on mine? Should I widen it? I do not think it really matters that much.
When you get the white on it, it'll look a lot wider because you got it going on both sides. Yeah.
Just bringing it out a bit wider here, just by pinching it.
Will Newman, Jughead Jones has joined us, long-time subscriber, loving the live.
Oh, thank you. Did you need me some white?
I'm just doing it now.
Oh, cool, thanks. If it's a bit dry, just stick a bit of water in. And I'm gonna just make him some spikes while you're doing that. In fact, we'll use like the lighter kind of cream colour that we've got, or which is just needing me some white. Again, it's all hardened. It's all gone hard while I'm working. So everybody that's watching, do you guys make cake toppers, cakes? It's funny actually how many people don't do any kind of making of this kind of thing, but just like to watch the videos. I'm just saying that I'm like that. I watch all kind of videos, and I don't like lots of sculpture ones.
You spend your entire time watching videos on your phone.
I watch them on TV.
You do as well, actually, yes.
I do watch a lot of YouTube.
I watch more YouTube than anything else.
That is true. That's why I cancelled the TV license. Because I only ever watch YouTube. So is anybody watching now? I know nobody had earlier, but anybody that's watching now, in case we've got anybody new, been to see the movie yet? The new Mario one. I went to see the last one twice.
I saw the last one once.
Yeah, well, you came with me once, and then I think you were away, so I went to go see it again on my own.
How many times did you see the Turtles?
I think I saw that 2 or 3 times, the Turtles one, the last Turtles movie. I like the animation in them. Okay.
This is really dry.
I know, I don't know why it's so dry today. It's not normally this dry. Maybe I got a load of bad batches. I think it is just it's been on my shelf for a long time, to be honest. Okay, sorry guys. So let's roll out some spikes for the back. Oh, do I have to count how many he's got?
Yeah.
You kidding? Can I not just give him like
You
however
can count
many?
that, that's not that bad.
However many we end up with.
How many spikes you got there, Zoe? Do not forget his spikes in his tail too.
Yeah, no, actually, I forgot.
And his head.
So what I'll do is I'll roll them and then I'll give them a couple of minutes to...
Top down?
Yeah, you can do. So if we roll lots of them, I don't want them too pointy. Like, I feel like they, it's still cartoony, so it should be fairly rounded. And we'll cut off sort of the end so that it's all to the right, or hopefully to the right size. Because I haven't been measuring them to make sure that they...
We need to make some colour for the little surround around the spikes too.
I was just going to use the teddy bear brown.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was going to use. I don't know if it's the right colour or not, but... Have you needed me the white then? Is that there ready?
Get in there.
Did you put some water in?
Some whitener in edges.
No, some water. Did you put some water in it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So, I was going to cut these down, but if I do it immediately, because they're soft, they'll kind of squash a little bit where the knife goes through. So, if I do them first and then just give them sort of 10 minutes to start firming up, they won't be so hard that I can't cut through them, but it should hopefully stop them squishing as much.
So how many do you need?
Oh, I forgot to count. He's got 4 down there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on his back and 2 on his tail. Oh, I don't think people need to watch me make all of them. He might have slightly fewer. Do you know what? He's actually got lines in his shell and I forgot to do it, and I think this might be too hard now. I completely forgot about lines in his shell. Oh my goodness.
Do you want to try doing them now?
I don't think it's going to go in. It feels like it's firmed up quite a bit. Hang on. Also, this is where I should measure it out to see about getting them in the right place and stuff.
Ladybird3596 says, "Are you excited about the glow in the dark fondant?"
Oh, I think, was that not a April Fool's? I mean, I presumed it was an April Fool, but maybe I'm wrong. Because I did read it and think, oh, that's cool. And then I thought, how on earth have they got something glow in the dark that's edible? And then I realised it was the 1st of April, so I just presumed it was an April Fool's. Is it not an April Fool's? Is it an actual?
I don't know. I'm not seeing it.
Is it an actual thing? It's is it Sugar Sisters one or Sweet Stamps? I forget. It's one of those two. Because I was like, well, that's pretty cool if they've managed to make an edible one. I think that my turtle shell.
You managed to get a few in there.
Yeah, but I've not done it very evenly.
Yeah, unless you got one patch.
And now I'm like out of space for all my other ones and stuff, if that makes sense.
You got one for each spike, so you need 4 down the middle and 3 either side.
Oh yeah, I know that. I just meant like if
checking.
Like when I don't evenly space them.
Sonia
I'm just gonna leave them like that.
says she remembers you mentioned in a previous live somewhere that you've done a sculpting course, but she doesn't remember the name or where. Could you remind her?
I've done a couple of sculpting courses. I've done one with, I did a 1-to-1, didn't I, with Gary Pollard. He's like down London way. So he's done like loads of stuff for films. Well, both the guys I've been to have done tons of film stuff, but like Harry Potter stuff and just loads of different stuff. And then the other guy I went to was Richard. Is it FX or something?
Something like that. I mean, they're both quite a few years ago now.
Yeah, it was quite a few years ago.
It was before COVID, I think.
Gary Pollard's actually not too far from the Harry Potter studios in like London way. It's not actually central London or anything, is it? But yeah, he wasn't too far from that, and I did a 1-to-1 at his house. And then the other one was in Birmingham somewhere. And it was like a...
Richard FX. I can't remember.
I think it's Richard FX. I'd have to have a look. It's you just design your... So the second one was kind of just design your own character. And he shows you his character and then you kind of design your own. But it was really good. Did you see you got the white ready and needed? But yeah, that one was like a 4-day course. But it was during... Or it was arranged and then COVID happened. Or was it when... After COVID, I can't remember. No, it must have been near the beginning of COVID, I think. So the class was still on because the hotel was still like open, but most people obviously cancelled the course because of COVID happening. I can't remember if it was the end or beginning of COVID. I don't know, but it meant there were only 3 of us on the course. When normally there would be like way more of you, so it was almost like it wasn't like getting a 1-to-1, but it was really good. Do you know what I mean? Because you got loads of attention with the teacher. I'd have to dig out the pictures of what I made. It was supposed to be like a cross between, like mine was kind of a cross between the Beast from Beauty and the Beast with like a Thundercats. It'd be a long time since I made it though. I think this is firming up before I can actually roll it out thin enough, Richard. What are you looking for, Richard?
If you can get it glowing dark, I don't think you can.
I think it was a...
We might be wrong.
Like I say, I could be completely wrong, but I think it was a... April Fool's thing, because it was in the morning as well. You used to be able to get glow-in-the-dark food paints and food colours, but I think that actually they contained toxic stuff. It's like when you see people use a lot of gold and metallic paints, most of the ones, well, not all of them, you have to check, but sometimes I see people using them and people are like, wow, that's really good gold. And when you look, it's not actually edible, and if it is on a cake, you really want to be using an edible gold, because it's often, like, especially if you're painting it directly on the cake, it's hard to remove that. Just trying to go thin enough with this. I think this should be...
Bring a little bit into... So I'll go into the side camera now.
In fact, we might use piping gel again to see if we can get this to stay on. It is firming up very quickly, actually. Okay, so let's...
Okay.
Trying to get it... What, sorry, Richard?
Just looking at which angle you're on.
Oh, okay. Which angle are you on?
You're top down now.
No, I don't actually. Do I stick it on the underside or do I stick it on the outside? It might actually be easier to catch it on the outer edge rather than the underside. I was going to stick it just underneath, but I think if we can get it on the edge, it might actually be a little bit better. I haven't been very careful with this though. I'm kind of getting it all over, and then that's when it leaves a mark. The pressure of the live is making me doing it fast. Okay, we'll try and join it so that... Oh, where's my pot of water? Can you see that from there, Richard?
Yeah, it's
so we'll try and get it on. and get it to join at the back. So we will see a bit of a seam. Can you see the back there? I'm
going to just flick between cameras.
So I'll just cut it to here. I mean, the good thing is when it does firm quickly, it makes it nicer for cutting because it doesn't kind of lose its shape as easy. Like it's not squashing while I'm cutting it. Okay, so now I have to turn it around because it's probably not attached quite right in every place, but okay, that's cool. We just need to bring it up more for where it's going to be. And move it in one place, it changes elsewhere. I want it to come up above, you know, where his arm's going to be. So like we'll bring it out a little bit there. And we'll try and do it in the same place on this side. No promises that it'll be exactly the same. Okay, and then let's press it round at the back again. So sometimes you have to put quite a lot of pressure on to kind of get things to stick, and then at the same time you don't want to put too much pressure on because you don't want to break it because not everything will have set properly yet. Okay. Did I give you the teddy bear brown to be needing?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll go to the side camera to give him a bit of spin.
I think he's going to be quite weighty, this one. I'm trying to see how big he is actually compared to the image because my aim was to not go too big. And then it's fold just up.
You see, his shell looks quite wide now,
He's ended up tons bigger than this. Hasn't he?
Oh, it's massive.
Yeah, he's a lot bigger than this one. Okay. Right, did you need me some teddy bear brown?
Where is your teddy bear brown?
I don't know. There. You just need me a little bit. I'm going to use that for the bottom of each of these things. So I'll roll a couple more of these. We can stick... So I actually don't have space for many of them in his tail. Look, my tail maybe could do with being a little bit longer. I'll make some fresh ones and we'll stick them on the tail.
Which camera do you want?
And maybe the top might be better. Can you see it from the top? Because you can just about see his tail sticking out.
A bit close, yeah. I've got a few more questions for you.
Yes.
Escapo2042 says the pressure of being live.
Yeah.
Laughy face. Like my pressure all the time making a figurine at home by myself.
Yeah.
Creative Aloha says, looks so good, you're so talented.
Oh, thank you. Can you guys see when I'm sticking that on there?
Ladybird3596 loves your book. Are you going to do another book?
You.
But animals like all the adorable characters you do.
Do you know what? A lot of people have actually requested an animal book. I've still got loads of the other book here at my house. We use it for like the boxes of books and now like our bedside tables and stuff because I've got that many boxes of books everywhere.
And I can say for the stress that first book brought up.
It was very stressful.
Probably
if we did another one, I wouldn't get as many printed as we did last time.
We're also self-published and we won't do it for a long... Well, we need a couple of years.
It took me ages, didn't it, to make that last book.
Yeah.
So I'm just cutting the
we
ends
learned a lot
off
of
and sticking
lessons
it
though.
on. Yeah. Well, you say we did have...
How many you put on his tail?
3. Put 3 on.
Has he got 3 on?
No. Well, that one's... The toy's got 2 on, but the image that I've got has got 3 that I can see.
Right, okay.
So, you know, mine's got 3.
I'm just checking.
Can you see them on the thing?
Yeah,
Why do you not like them?
Yeah.
All right. So can you see I'm putting off the worst bit till last? His arms. Again, if I was... I don't think I'll actually shade him tonight, though. Otherwise, you'll be waiting ages. Ages and ages. What I might do is let him set and then stick the shading of him in with building the castle cake.
Okay, yeah.
Because then people could see it in there. Oh, he's got little toenails as well. Hang on. Oh, wait. Have you softened that?
No, it's not.
Okay, right. Okay, I'll stick him some toenails on while you're softening that. So we want smaller versions now for the toes. Much smaller. Have I got that anywhere that you can see it? Because I don't know which camera we're on.
You're always on the right hand side.
Oh, am I? Okay, I didn't know that. So we'll roll a little teardrop like that.
Well, your live camera's the right hand side.
Okay. I'm usually facing the wrong camera, then I'm pointing it to the wrong camera. That one looks a bit big. We're just going to stick him some nails, you see, on his feet. But yeah, I do feel like he maybe needs more brow. More eyebrow going on there. Okay. Can you see now if I stick it to the feet?
Yeah, we're going to zoom in on you. We're going top Oh, that's really good.
No, I'd go side angle because then you can see better. Probably avoid getting it all over the table because it will stick. Your toenails will stick to the table instead of the foot. The only thing is my hand is probably going to be in the way as I stick them on. Yep. Oh, yeah, and they stick to my fingers. Oh, these look a bit long, actually.
They do look bad.
I'm just squeezing the teardrop to be a little bit smaller. Now, I should have poked like a small little indentation in the end of each of his toes so that these went in, but because I didn't and it's now pretty firm, it's probably a little bit late for me to do that now. Okay. So they slide around a little bit at the moment while it's still wet. It will firm up and get stickier. So you'll notice sometimes I'll put water on something and I'll leave it for 5 minutes to sort of go sticky. Also, sometimes I do that and it's also dried by the time I come to stick things on it. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, let's get 3 more toenails done for him. I think I've done him the right amount of times.
Caroline said, Bowser is my 3-year-old grandson's favourite character.
He is a good character, especially in the movie.
What did you start several years ago?
Bowser.
Yeah, did you
things.
say that? Or have you told people that?
Yeah, at the beginning, yes. I'd made all the internal structure for like the cake frame for him because he was going to be like a great big cake.
It was a massive.
I just never got round to it.
We do still have that frame.
What was I doing instead? How come I didn't get round to it? We probably just moved on to whatever the next movie was that came out because I didn't get it done quick enough. Because I have like a massive list of different like movies and things that I want to make things from. And then before I've had a chance, like the next movie's out and like Richard's like, no, you should do it for whatever the newest movie is, not the old one that you now haven't got round to making things for.
We'll be on Super Mario 3 by the time.
I like making the doll cakes. The doll cakes are my favourite things to make, but I know like people do get bored of watching me make doll cakes.
I don't. They're a nice, easy, quick one.
Yeah. I wanted to do one of Shadow Weaver for He-Man, but then I realised she's actually not He-Man, is she? She's She-Ra. Do you know who Shadow Weaver is, Richard?
No.
Oh, that's my drinking water, look. Okay, so we put a bit of water on where each of these brown bits are going to go. You might be... Well, I don't know if you're best from above or the side, actually. Can you do it so you can see both, Richard?
I can if you...
It might not end up the right size straight away.
Trying to bring them a little bit closer to you, just a touch.
Oh, hang on, I don't want to pull his shell off. Can you see
that?
that?
To your right. There you go, that should be alright on both, yeah.
So if we put like this on here, this might be too big, but we'll see. So a little ball of this, and then we'll take our ball tool and we'll squeeze it in the middle so it gives us like a little dip. I'll put some water in there. And then I'm going to cut these down. I mean, we could actually just stick them straight in like that, but I think they're a bit big. I could have just rolled them smaller, couldn't I? And then they would fit in there. Oops. Just might have to narrow the end slightly so it fits into there. Oops. Not very even, is it? But there we go. There's one in.
Not been 2 hours yet.
No, but he doesn't have arms yet, Richard.
No.
That could take me a long time. If I could just make loads of characters without arms, that would be perfect.
A face is always your favourite thing.
Yeah. But I do like to spend like longer on faces than what we have done like here for Bowser. Like ideally I would have liked to have spent, much longer. So I've cut the end off and then I'm just pinching it in a little bit just so I can get it into that little bit there. See, these are massive, aren't they? Like the giant sized spikes on him that I've given him. I don't know that they actually should be as big as this, but we're not changing it now. They're going on. So do people like the lives on YouTube? Is it something that we should try and get on and do more of? Look how close together these ones are. Yeah, there's definitely not good spacing by me, look. That's because I've drawn these things on. Mind you, it doesn't mean they would have fit anyway, even if I hadn't drawn them on, does it? So I have a habit of like rolling things off screen, so like right in front of me, but where you guys can't see them. Oh, stick to the ball tool. I think actually some of these might be a little bit chunky.
I think we should do more lives. I think they're quite good.
It does force me to get on with stuff.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
The reason I don't like doing them all the time is because I get really upset with myself when I make something that wasn't as I wanted it. Like, so it didn't turn out as good as I wanted, and there's not the time, like say, to correct it and change it and make it how I want it. Whereas when I pre-record it, you know, it doesn't matter too much if it's not right, but I can go back to it. Do you know what I mean? I can go back and we can cut it out of the video. Do you know why it doesn't fit? I've put too many on. Oh, no, I haven't. No, that's right.
That's right. Just he's got an extra
I think
hexagon underneath him.
Yeah, I put an extra hexagon on. There we go. It now no longer fits in the hexagons. But yeah, when it's pre-recorded, it just makes things a little bit easier. Do you know what I did forget about, though?
No.
The dog.
And I've got
I just realised I sent the dog to my mum and dad's tonight, but they go to bed really early to my parents. So they'll probably be bringing
We've got
him.
a little bit of time yet, don't we?
Has she been ringing you?
No.
Oh, right, I'm surprised.
Well,
Normally,
to fair, my phone's inside the room charging. So
normally when we do a live, like, I'll hook up my phone and then someone will ring my phone and it's always my mum saying, have you forgotten your dog? You know your dog's here.
I'm more thinking, have you forgotten I need to eat?
Oh, no, I'm actually all right. I snacked a lot before we came online. I mean, I can always do some of these little spikes off camera. Well, I didn't make enough anyway, look, did I? But, you know, if people are bored of watching me do this bit, I can do some of these off camera to just finish it and then move on with the arms so that you guys can see me doing arms. Like I say, it's the bit that's worrying me the most on this one is these arms, because they're pretty big arms, they're out to the side, they're heavy, and arms, you know, they don't like to just stay out on their own without a bit of help and support. But obviously we've put a bit of wire in there so far. That one's really tall compared
Can you go
to
to top down? So you can see this side.
Can you see it okay?
Yeah. It looks better now, it's got spikes on.
It does, doesn't it? Should I finish the spikes or should I just do them when the live has ended the spikes?
Well, that's how long you got, like, if you do a spike every 30 seconds. Go!
Oh, I don't know, but even that adds up, doesn't it? And I've run out of little spikes. I need to make some more actual spikes.
Right.
I mean, he's not the best Bowser, is he? But he might be all right for the cake. I feel like if he was just a topper on his own and you have nothing else to look at, then it's more obvious that he's not quite right. But when he's on top of the castle cake, hopefully he won't collapse my cake under his weight.
Yeah, so he's got lots of spikes on his little black bands on his arms.
Oh, sugar, yeah, I forgot. I've got to do them. Oh, they've got to roll the spikes for those as well.
Yeah, maybe we finish off these ones off.
Seeing if I can get these ones in without cutting off, you know, the ends. So if I roll one and leave it rounded, it would still fit in there because it's
got a few rounded. Yeses for more lives. Love your creativity.
Oh, thank you.
I agree, most definitely.
Right, okay. I'm going to leave that there for those ones. So he only needs 2 more, but I can do that later. That's fine. So let's...
I'm just going to come back off the... Right, you see that? There you go.
Oh, horns. I've not put on his horns. Don't let me forget. That might be why his face just doesn't look right. Don't let me forget about the horns, will you, Richard?
No, we will not forget his horns.
Okay, I'm just going to re-soften the paste for the arms. I'm just move him to one side a second while we re-soften. Let's have a look at the picture of him. I think I've gone beyond using the picture now as a reference. Not as a reference guide, but as a guide for... what am I, the word I'm thinking of? Size. I'm going to actually... Can you guys see that? So he's got his wire in there. The only thing is it turns a little bit. It might keep doing that. I think what we will do is we'll put a little bend in part way up for like an elbow.
Just come a bit closer into there.
It's quite thick wire is this one though, that's the only thing.
So just bring it a bit closer, I'll just hop down so you can see it from...
Can you see that?
Yes, top down, that's it, yeah.
So can you see the bend? It might be, I was going to say I might be able to stick it upwards a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see. I might have to add... To stop, can you see the spin? That it's got this spin. When the arms are on, I might have to add something else in there or a stick just underneath to hold it in place until it's set and then kind of remove the stick. Does that look the right height? Right, okay. Let's just re-knead this. Again. So it's started to cool down and set a little bit. It was much softer after you kneaded it, Richard, than when I'm kneading it. I think if I put it in the microwave again, though, I risk over microwaving it like I did the first time. I think I should give him a bit more hair though as well. I think he needs a little bit more red on the top of his head. Maybe a bit more brow. But we'll get those horns on first, because it's funny, like, things do look weird sometimes until they're finished, and it might just be one small thing that you've forgotten to put on there. Okay, so sometimes I'll try and work on both arms at once. I don't know if we'll be able to or not on this one. We might be able to, but we'll see. It dries very fast, so it might be that we can't work on both at the same time. Or it might be that I just show you one in the live, and then we do the other one off the live.
Yeah, top down at the moment.
Okay, so again, roll it to sort of the thickest that we want them to be. I think we want them to be thinner than our legs. So at the moment they're a similar-ish thickness to the legs, maybe a tiny bit thinner. Okay, I think he's got 4 fingers on the thumb. So what I'll do is I'll press the end. We'll try and work on 2, so we'll say this is both arms. It's way longer than we need, but that's fine. So we press the ends down a little bit, which will become like his hands. And then we'll go in slightly, just below, which would be like the wrist. I don't think his wrist would go in a lot though, do you? Like, he's not got really super slender wrists or anything. He's got, pretty chunky arms and legs. So just in a little bit like that. I might stick them on before working out kind of but I'm going to go just a little bit thinner there at the wrist. Before working out the actual elbow and stuff, and maybe put that on when it's in place. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to put a cut quite far over, and this will become the thumb. I'm trying to do both at the same time, hopefully before they get a chance to dry. Let's press it so it's a little bit more rounded at the edges. Use that paintbrush handle a little bit there to kind of go in. Oops. If I don't break him. It's quite long actually, that thumb. I'm going to kind of come in a little bit here. You know what would be like the palm of your hand? And then we need to just get 3 fingers out of this bit. So let's put 2 little lines in. I don't think his fingers have to be as long as like a human hand fingers. I'm just going to try and rock them side to side. So we'll press the top bit, try and round the top bit first. And then we'll try and rock it side to side. So we want to keep them pretty rounded. That thumb might be a little bit too big maybe. We'll go in for a bit of kind of definition on I guess like this bit of your hand. I don't know what it's called. Oh, I've got a bit of crease in there. Okay, let's go in at the bottom of the fingers so we can kind of curl these around. Ooh, I'm going to put a little hole in the end where we want the nails to go, because I think that might make it a little bit easier, although this hole might not be wide enough for the nails. Okay, like that. I'm going to go in with a bit more detail there for his hand. Okay, so we've kind of got, can you see, a curled up hand? It will look different when we add the nails and fingers, and I think I'm just going to look at, like, the length won't be the same as that, but we're just gonna go for this kind of length, because I don't want it to be too long. Actually, that might not be long enough. I'm just going to try and cut, if this one doesn't dry out too much, I'll try and cut it to a similar length. Look at that, I did actually have enough yellow. I was worried we would run out of yellow.
Question for you.
Yes.
Byron asks, how long does it take to handle any cake requests?
For customers, I don't actually make them for customers, if that's what you mean. Sorry, Byron. Yeah, I don't make customer cakes anymore. I haven't done for quite a few years. I used to do a very long time ago. But customers used to get angry with me if I couldn't squeeze in like their order quick enough. So like people would try and ask like the same day or even like a week before, which, you know, it isn't unreasonable, because if you not ordered a cake, you'd always know how long it takes. And also, you know, some bakeries can do things that quick. But for me, I couldn't. Like, and I used to book quite far in advance. So like people would have to book, like for a celebration cake, they would probably have to book at least 6 months in advance with me. And then for weddings, you know, at least a year in advance. and people just used to get annoyed that they couldn't get a book in. But yeah, I did stop customer cakes quite a long time ago. Because I was teaching as well, and it just took up every second of every day, like 7 days a week. I never ever got any time off. So yeah, I gave up doing the customer cakes and decided I would just do the bits that kind of I enjoyed the most. Not that I didn't enjoy customer cakes, but well, you know, sometimes it was a little bit stressful. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and push it on. In fact, actually, do you know what? Maybe should have used a bit of piping gel. I can't get the piping gel to actually stick to my brush. I'm just going to put some piping gel kind of at the top of the wire and around the shoulder area up here. Hopefully that will be enough to stick.
On the side camera now.
Okay, so can you see if I'm doing it this way? You might actually need to be above for this one.
Okay, do you want me to go above then?
Yeah, just for this one. So I'll move that there. We're going to try and push it on here. I'm holding it here, otherwise if I push this and don't hold here, it will just push the wire out. I have to be careful because of the shape of it. It will probably come out somewhere where I don't want it to. Ah, there we go. Okay, it's in. It's in and it's on. So what we need to do now is, this is where you might be better from the side, Richard, is press this tight against the body now. You can't even tell I put a bend in that wire now. So the weight of this is very possibly going to bring down sort of the arm. We're going to bring this to a position that we like. Let's go in a little bit. Can you guys see that? Sorry. At what I think will be like our elbow joint. And can you see it's wanting to kind of come down all the time? And just bending the fingers around as well a little bit to where I think I would like them to go.
You can see that from top down there, yeah.
Yeah. It just needs a really good firm press against the shoulder. Also, it's going to be difficult to work out whereabouts to put the little leather strap things that he has going around his arms.
It's kind of going just below his shoulder and just above his forearm, I think, is it?
Yeah.
Before
Okay,
his
so
forearm.
can you see it still wants to move? Oh, did I leave my cocktail sticks over there? Hang on 1 second. It might move a second while I just grab my cocktail sticks.
It's looking good.
I realise that they're not cocktail sticks to everybody, are they? Some people call them toothpicks, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll hold it where we want it to be. Ooh, let me just check. It's pushed in tight enough. Ooh, under that armpit nearly. Pushed it too far through. Okay, and then I'll just push this underneath. Try and get it somewhere where you won't notice the hole too much, but also I can, when it's dry tomorrow, I can pull this out and fill the hole back in. So once this is set, because it's just going to hold it up for the moment, at least I think it is, but yeah, once it's set, we can remove that and it should stay. I'm just going to actually just pinch the edge a little bit here. I might try putting a little bit of the elbow in first this time, but the only thing is sometimes if I go too thin, it kind of sticks out on the wire. Can you see this, Richard, or
I'm
not?
just going to move the camera a little bit.
And sometimes I can feel, you know, where my fingers are, if the wire's coming, so I can feel the wire is really like at his wrist there. So let's see if we can push that on. Right, okay, that's on. His arm's in a bit of a weird position, but that's fine. It's difficult because you need to kind of hold him in various places to be able to push like the arm on.
He does look loads better with arms already.
He does look a lot better with arms, doesn't he? I mean, they're not quite in the right position, so he's like really holding his arms up, whereas actually I should have done him so his elbows were like much lower down.
I think his green seat is just perfect as well.
We will remove that. I probably can't remove that tonight, but when that has dried, I would just pull that bit out. Okay, so that won't stay there. Okay. Yeah, he definitely does look better, doesn't he, with his arms?
Do you know what, we've been so busy doing this, we forgot...
What's that?
Sketched by Steve says he's really enjoying the new subscription service that we do as well.
Oh, thank you.
Can't wait to see what you're doing.
Sketched by Steve. Yeah, and thank you actually to everybody that has joined the subscription service. I don't know how many of you guys watching are on there, but thank you so much everybody that has. And it's more in depth than like the YouTube videos that we put on. So there's a variety of different things on there we put in there monthly, and we do a live in there each month as well. We do a couple of lives, but one is a Q&A and then one is actually making something live.
We've also got proper full-on videos as well, haven't we?
Yes, so full tutorials, and a lot of kind of behind the scenes as well. So like when we do a lot of the YouTube videos, we keep them fairly short because we were always kind of told on YouTube that people like quick videos and sort of things, 10 to 12 minutes, a lot longer than that, people kind of lose interest a little bit. Does that look like all right? Not too bad. Yeah. So yeah, we try and keep them a little bit shorter on YouTube, but it does mean I have a lot of footage from videos where actually I filmed how I made like the internal structure. So for example, no, don't take it out yet, just in case. Which ones have we got behind the scenes for? We've just put on a Smurfs one. Although actually, do you know what? The Smurfs one isn't on YouTube, is it anyway?
That's come to
just
YouTube.
The short, I think that is. Okay, black. Where's my black?
I had needed that some more ago.
Oh, I used it in his neck.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, so again, if you look, it's rock hard. I'm gonna stick it in the microwave this time.
Don't forget his horns as well.
Oh yeah, okay. We'll
Do you want me to need the black? You put some horns on.
Yeah, but it needs a bit of heat in it. It doesn't want to be crumbly. Horn colour. But yeah, sorry, I'm completely off track. So the subscription service one is like a monthly payment thing. So it's almost like Netflix. If you imagine like Netflix, so you're renting the videos. So each month you pay, you're getting those videos. Does that make sense? Richard's kind of shaking his head at me as if I'm making no sense whatsoever. But yeah, basically there's a variety of different things in there. I could do with somewhere where I put everything where people can see everything that's in it. Do you know what I mean? So people can decide if it's something they want to join up to or not. But also, like, if you are in there, you get 25% off our premium online classes. So I have like way more in-depth classes as well that are like go on for a really long time.
8, 9, 10 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not boring.
Some subscription stuff goes on that long though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, so you get money off those ones as well as a subscriber to the membership thing. I'm just going to cut this, I think, about here. These are probably too big. And also off my products as well. So you get money off the book, if you buy it through me, that is.
But do you want top down for this?
And money off our molds as well as a subscriber. But it's not a subscriber to YouTube. It is a different kind of subscription membership, which is over on our website. Which is happycakers.co.uk.
That is. Domain... I don't know.
Sorry, Richard's terrible at
somebody number 20, catching us towards the end, and he's looking great.
Thank you. I mean, like, I'd have liked him to have turned out a little bit better, but, those horns are too big on me.
You're on top down still.
They're just a little bit too big. I'm just going to roll them a tiny bit thinner and then cut a little bit more off. Just a little bit more off, I think. Which camera did you say I'm on now?
You're top down.
It's like my fingers are getting sticky. My hands now look filthy. Okay. Let's see.
Right, so we're going on to... Hang on, bear with me. You're going on to...
Too big or okay?
Oh, they're good.
I mean, it definitely makes him look a bit better. I don't know if actually... he's got the brown ring before this goes on. Do you think it matters if he doesn't have that?
Yeah, he needs his brown ring.
What? Oh dear, Richard.
Sorry.
Okay, these will probably have to be a little bit shorter then. So the teddy bear brown. I've lost everything. Where have I put it? I'm like the most disorganised person ever. That's another reason why I don't actually do... I've got some here, Richard. Why I don't do tons of lives, because I'm so disorganised that I start. And as you can tell, I don't always have everything in front of me that I need. Or I often... I'm not very good at organising myself to kind of prep things in advance either. So it's usually a kind of... We'll make it up and decide how to do it as we go along in lives.
Yeah, you don't practice anything, do you?
No.
Ever.
During the lives we used to do on social media, like during COVID, when COVID first happened, we used to do like 2 lives a week. For a while, they were really popular, actually. Some of those I sometimes used to practice.
Some being some...
Well, I mean, I'd have like a half an hour practice before we would go on. Oh, I think these are going to be too big. Okay, they're a bit sticky now as well. So, just like we did with the ones on the back, when I find the brush, we'll get a little bit of water to each side of his head. Is this in shot, Richard? Can you see his head there?
Do you want top down or where?
I would say from the front.
Yeah, we are.
Because I think you're going to be able to see better. Can you see better? So we're going to push that on the side of his head. But his head hasn't stuck down in place properly yet, because can you see we've still got a little bit of movement. So there and there. Oh. Problem is when I face the camera instead of facing me, I can't always tell if I'm putting things on even or not. In fact, I wonder if they should actually just be a tiny bit further back on his head. Oh, they now look way too big. Okay, so we're going to have to cut these down a little bit more. Sorry, Richard, these probably not in view now. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody that's been watching. I do appreciate your watching and all your comments and questions.
It's weird, like, normally I recognise people's names, you see, when we do live, because we don't do them frequently on YouTube.
Okay, we've got one horn on.
Oh, I'm on the wrong camera now.
Oh, you're kidding, Richard.
Well, no, I'm
You're supposed to be paying attention.
I'm looking at the bits.
Okay, right, can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, we're going in here. You can say what you're going to say in a second.
Obviously, I recognise names when we do them, when we live stream other places, but obviously they're all different names on... Even the same people probably got different usernames on YouTube, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I recognise a few of them now.
Have I done them too upright? Should they come further out to the side?
That's a further out. Well, yeah, the one... Yeah.
Hang on, let me just face him to me a second. Let me just...
K Miller Cakery 5182 says she loves the subscription service.
Oh,
and
thank
she's
you.
watched every bit of it more than once. She's also purchased all your classes. I'm a bit of a Zoe fan, you might say, LOL. Fantastic artist and teacher.
Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying that.
He does look loads better now. He's got arms, definitely. He's filled out.
And his horns. It does for
So
a while.
as soon as he
I
got
was
his
a bit
arms
worried.
on his I think it made a difference.
I don't know. Have I got any white edible powder nearby? Because I could do with just giving him a tiny white dot in each eye. But they're so small, like the pupils and stuff, that it's really difficult to kind of get... Oh, I forgot his black bit as well.
Right, that's needed.
Hang on, right. Okay, we've put some water on ready for the claws, but let me just roll this out.
Where's white powders?
It's usually just hanging around on this table somewhere, if I've got a white one out.
Yeah, you haven't.
No, okay.
And why do you have a tiny bit?
Yeah, I only need a tiny bit. Have you got this on a camera where people can see?
Head on side camera.
Okay, so let me just move him to one side so you can see. We're just rolling out the black. I think nice and thin, and we're going to give him his little cuffs. He's a bit grungy, isn't he? Is that what he's into, like grunge? Does that make him a little rocker?
Like Jack Black, is amazing.
Yeah. With his little studded leather bracelets.
He's a good singer.
Or cuffs. Is it a cuff, not a bracelet? You see that go around there? I'm just going to cut through both pieces at the back.
I don't know.
What? I'll go find it in a minute. I mean, it's not the end of the world if he doesn't get a white dot in his eyes. His eyes are actually quite difficult to see. Let's see if I can cut this one a similar thickness to that one. Probably not. The hardest bit is probably going to be getting the little...
Yeah, top down, just cutting that bit down, you know.
The little spikes on that. That would be something I could do with, like, you know, having some that are ready made. Hang on. Oh! How did I not notice that? The wire's sticking right out of his hand. Hang on, let's push that in. Ouch. And if I can, just nearly went inside my nail on the underside of my nail. How is that sticking out so much? Okay, so hopefully it won't come out the other arm. But when I've pushed this one on, I've obviously pushed the wire through and it's gone too far through that side. I'm going to put a cocktail stick under here as well just to make sure that this one stays up. Like I say, we can remove these bits later. That's absolutely fine. this little green bit keeps popping out now. But I think it's probably not the end of the world because he seems to be staying upright without that. Okay. Turn him around again. So he just needs one more each side, is that right?
That's right. Right, top down.
I think it looks a similar thickness to the other one. Yeah, I think it is. You know that I'm going to get bored before I've put all the little spikes on in this video, so you might not see every spike being added. Okay, so it's kind of go around it. Look, you can tell because I've had this brush on the white. Oh, this is where I could do with removing the cocktail stick for a minute. It's not on the white because I've had the brush against the black. The water then starts to get the black food colouring stuck in it. Okay, so we're just going to tuck this around.
A little bit.
I'm
just going to hold the camera.
Hang on, I'm going to take that out a second just to tuck that around that. Oh, that one just fits. That's a big surprise. They don't normally just fit. Okay, I can't remember where that came out from, but we're going to put it back there. I don't know if it looks like I've put it at a funny angle, that one. Can you see?
Mm-hmm.
I am going to have to turn him around a little bit though so I can kind of get to him at the back. In fact, I don't think it's wet at the back of his arm, so let's put a bit of water on there. It's in such a tight space that I can barely see it, so I don't know if you guys will actually be able to see that. But we're just going to try and... Oh, I've cut it a tiny bit short. Okay, like that. I feel like that bit's still poking out of his hand. Maybe if I stretch his arm. No, because if I stretch his arm, it comes off his body. We'll just move his fingers around so that we can't see that wire, I think. Okay. He's not looking too bad.
Back a bit.
What? Which way around?
Looking good.
Okay, so he needs, just in case, stick him some little nails on. Like I said, I was going to put a bit more red hair on, wasn't I? But I don't know. What do you reckon?
You just top down a second.
Oops. Trying to do some little nails for his fingers. They don't want to be very big. Did you say you were on top down?
Yeah, you top down like this.
What I'll do is I'll try and put a point on one end and leave it slightly thinner and covered in the black as well at both ends so that we can try and push it into the hole that's in his hand like that.
Oh yeah.
You might need that one from the front to be able to see it better, Richard.
Okay.
And I'm trying to kind of curve the claws around a little bit. So I'm putting these in soft. How can we swap cameras?
Let's lower down and the angle's a little bit nicer.
Right, okay. Can you see the castle in the background now? Could you see the castle before in the background? I feel like I've been working on it for ages, but it never looks any more finished. It just doesn't look like it's getting any more complete. But I am actually enjoying it. Although, I mean, certain bits I'm getting bored of with it, where it just doesn't seem to be getting finished, but I'm enjoying the castle one. So can you see little teardrops just in there? And can you see by angling the nails in certain direction, it makes his fingers look more like they're kind of coming up like that. So we'll see if we can get them a similar size in this hand. You know that now they're not going to match on this hand. So like I say, little teardrop. Get it in there. Point it inwards. You're very quiet now, Richard. You can tell when I'm concentrating more because I don't talk to you all when I'm concentrating, so I apologise if I go a bit quiet.
Sophia David 1852 says, like I said, so amazing. Watching is very addictive for me.
Oh, thank you.
Good to hear.
Who's watching it to send them to sleep, though?
Natalie
Because
Clement.
usually that's what people watch my videos for.
Natalie Clement 2852 has a question. Do you still sell the doll molds? I would love to buy some if available.
We do still have the doll mods. We don't have like every single variety anymore that we used to have. But we still do have some that on the website as well, which is
I'll pop a link.
Oh, Richard will pop a link up. It's happycakers.co.uk because, in fact, that's the other thing I forgot to tell people is about the name change. So at the moment on YouTube, we are still down as Zoe's Fancy Cakes, but we have actually changed the company name to Happy Cakers, which the website is called Happy Cakers, but like none of my other accounts and things are yet. So I do need to.
We are on TikTok.
Are we on? Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was an easy one to do.
Yeah, so I need to change it, but that's the sticky bit. Yeah, I wanted to sort of tell everybody in advance before we kind of changed it, because I just thought that, like...
People might wonder
people won't be like, where's Zoe's Fancy Cakes gone? I'm gonna do it with the same colour on the spike. I should really make some grey for the spikes. Oh, I should make grey, shouldn't I? Do you know what I've just realised? The closer together I poke these holes, the more of those spikes I'm going to have to do. So a bit like with the nails, we're going to put little holes in. Let's just mix this and a tiny bit of black together. Oops. See if we can make a grey. And then, I mean, ideally we should paint it silver afterwards, but we'll see whether I can be bothered painting it silver. Probably not. Because I've left my silver paints in a box around the other side of the room, and it'd take me ages to go rummage through them all and find them. That's so lazy of me, isn't it? But yeah, so we've changed the name. But the moulds, that was the question, and I got completely off track, are on the website, but we don't have every single one in. And there are still the videos on the YouTube channel, as well as using quite a few of the moulds. Now, if you are not in the UK, I don't know if you're UK based or not, if you're outside the UK, it sometimes shows us out of stock. And I think it's just because our website can't cope with working out addresses that are not in the UK.
No, it's not. It's
Why is it?
Import and export charges started happening all over the place, and it was getting them right. So we have to basically get them quoted on an individual basis for each shipment if they're going overseas, because of all the charges that started happening. And also, shipment costs in this current day and age seem to change all the time.
Okay. Anyway, if anything shows that it's not in stock and you struggle with anything, just let us know, because Richard can just sort it out manually for you. Okay, so we're going to roll like a really tiny piece, a bit like we did for the nails. This is probably too big actually, but we'll see. And then we're going to try and squish it into there. Oh, it's not quite a very good shape, is it that? I'm just going to see if we can squeeze it, the shape of it a little bit. Do you know what would actually be easier, but I haven't got any like made up, is to just pipe on some grey royal icing, some tiny little dots of grey royal icing all over. Would actually work really well for this. And probably be a lot less faffy than like what I'm doing now with it. And I should have thought of that in advance. This is what I mean about me not being very like prepared with stuff. So I've made this so you can't see, haven't I? Alright, let's keep going with this. Oh, do you know, I hate using black paste because it ends up on everything. Like my fingers end up filthy. Okay, we're getting there. They are starting to kind of come to life a bit more. So I would just need to make sure that we're poking in any of those holes while this is still wet. You don't have to have the holes, to be honest. Go with whatever you find easiest. Like sometimes it's easier with them, sometimes it's easier without. Oops. Or, you know, just destroy it by accident like I sometimes do. Is my arm in the way of you seeing, Richard?
It's not actually too bad.
And you can tell as I get bored that I space things further apart.
You have to speed things up.
So I don't have to make as many of these little spikes. Yeah. I need a little one as that. So I won't make everybody watch me do every spike, to be honest, I don't think, because it would just take forever. I'm just trying to go small enough with these grey bits. I am going to, in a second, I'm just going to go find my thing of white powder as well, Richard. My white edible dust. Right, hang on. I'm going to leave Richard chatting to you. Just have a look and see if there's any other bits other than the studs that I've forgotten about. Or like,
on him?
Yeah, or if he needs like more hair and things like that.
That's looking good.
Oh wait, there's no lights on around here. I won't be able to see what I'm doing. Right, okay.
I'll try not to break him whilst you're away.
Again?
I'll try not to break him whilst you're away.
I can't hear you from around here. Coming back from there.
He's looking good.
Yes. Okay, so white one. That's what we want. Sometimes I use like one of those really tiny, you know those nail art ball tools for putting dots in the eyes with, but a cocktail stick will work, I think, for this. So I'm going to take my white. Oh, it's a new one.
Top down at the moment.
Yeah, a new one, which is nice. Okay, let's add a little bit of water to it. Oh, I've gone for my drinking water again. So we want to kind of make a liquid, but it doesn't want to be too liquidy. It's really difficult to see because it's white. It doesn't want to be too thick, but at the same time it doesn't want to be too runny, otherwise it's just going to run. You can, so usually with the powder colours, I mix them with like a clear alcohol because it gives you like a better paint. But with the white, I just find it's fine with just water. What I'm going to do is I'll just dip that in there and just test it against my finger. It's really tiny.
I am going to zoom in. Hang on.
Okay, I am going to have to face it a little bit towards me, Richard, so you might have to move around a little bit.
Wait a second then. Give 1 second.
Are you somewhere that you can see?
No.
We're going to go into the eye here. No, you can't see from there, Richard. We're going in here. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try and do this one. Oh, I don't know if I look like I've got too much on there now. Let's see if we can go in about the same place. Oh, that one's a bit smaller then. But can you see it? It is in there. It is tiny.
Yeah, it's tiny.
It does make a bit of a difference though. Okay, so I won't make you watch me do all of these in the live. Hopefully you guys saw enough to kind of know how it's done. So once this is set tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll remove these and I might give him a bit of powder colour. But you can probably go to the other angle now if you want, Richard.
Yeah,
also, I can remove this bit of green from underneath him as well. I think my drinking water now is just for my painting and for this. What was I saying? Oh, do you know, I lose track of what I'm saying all the time. Yeah, so I will, keep an eye out for the castle video, his mini Bowser castle. Because in that, I will put like the few finishing touches of him into there. And if you missed the beginning of this video, I think, don't worry, you can still watch it back. Can you when it's finished?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can watch like the whole thing. Now, is it worth us doing another edit of this where people don't have to watch the full live version, or do you want to just leave it as the full length live? I'm just going to make loads of work for Richard. I'm thinking if I make him edit the whole thing. Because sometimes or at least we used to do that when we used to do a lot of lives, like say it wasn't on YouTube, but sometimes we would just put like the whole live onto YouTube. And sometimes we would edit it so that it would be a bit shorter, like anything between kind of 10-20 minutes, so that we were kind of cutting out all the bits of me needing and faffing or going to find something that I'd forgotten, all that kind of thing. But it all usually boils down to how much time Richard has to edit the videos, because I don't have a clue how to edit videos, so there we go. Yeah.
It's good. Just take his little green thing out just for 1 second. You won't last for a second, will they?
Well, I hope not.
Ta-da! There you go. Looks even better now. He does look good. He's come together nicely. I don't think he'll fit in the shot.
I was just going to compare him. I mean, he's not the same, is he? And then the little one that came with my castle kit. You can't even see that one, can I? He's so small.
He's come together nicely. Would you add a little bit of dusting as well, do you think? If you have time?
That's. Did I not say that?
I can't remember. I might not be listening.
Richard doesn't always listen to what I'm telling you guys. Which way in was this now? We'll need to make sure. I just don't want him to. I think he will be all right without it, but I'd rather just wait till tomorrow before removing everything and just making sure. Yeah, I will pull everything out and maybe do a bit of shading or dusting. But like I say, I'll put that into the castle video. So yeah, I think people could see the castle, couldn't they, in the background?
I don't know if they could. Whoa.
Hang on, I don't know if I'm. Oh, this is in the way. Hang on. No, it's still in the way. I've just got.
You don't even know what you're pointing at.
No.
You're pointing at the microwave. Oh my goodness me!
All the dirty dishes and the light that we've never had sorted out of the ceiling. Oh, okay.
Oh my god!
This is why I'm not allowed in charge of cameras and
He's
stuff.
good.
I know.
Like drunk.
Yeah. So that will go in with the castle. But thank you everyone for watching, and thank you for always watching my YouTube videos. And a huge thank you to everybody that watches the adverts in them, especially. I never watch adverts in YouTube videos. Occasionally I will. I'll think, oh wait, no, I'm going to watch the person's advert just to be nice. But they are annoying. So thank you everybody that does actually watch them. And thank you everybody that's subscribed to the channel as well. Thank you to everybody that has become one of our members as well on the different subscription service. And thank you to everybody that's got my book as well. And don't forget, send me pictures of what you've made from the videos. I do like to see what you guys have been making. And it's just nice to know when the videos are useful as well. So, or even if you just enjoy them. It makes it worthwhile for me doing them, yeah. Because I do enjoy it. So a lot of the cakes I make just because I want to make them. Like, I like the film, I like the characters, and it's just something that I really fancy having a go at. So like I say, these cakes usually just end up feeding like my family and my neighbours, and they often don't go to actual parties or anything like that. But I make them for fun, sometimes to try and challenge myself. And like I say, I like that character, and I think, well, I might as well film it and show you guys what I did or what went wrong sometimes. Although a lot of what goes wrong is in the behind the scenes stuff in the subscription service, so that you know what not to do. But yeah, thank you ever so much everybody for that. Were there any questions that I missed?
Just to remind people, that will this stay on? This live will stay on. When you go to our YouTube channel, there is like where you got like a section for videos, shorts. There's like a dash that says live as well. So
we're just doing a lot of hand actions, pointing at stuff in the background. You guys can't even see him.
There'll be a section called lives, which is where this video will be. But yeah, then if we do
the live section.
But then if we do like a rehash of this, just for
if we do
a shorter version, that'll be.
So Richard promises he's going to do a lot of things with the video editing, and he never gets around to it. You see, so I don't want him to tell you guys he's going to do that.
You retain it. I said if we do.
Yeah, no, I'm just.
This version will be on YouTube. It'll stay on YouTube no matter what.
Yes.
So it'll be there for you.
Was there anything I missed?
Amazing work, Zoe. Yours has more life to him. Thank you for sharing your talent. Thank you so much for sharing. Love watching you create. But yeah, when will you be back?
Would you mean back?
Off for another live?
Oh, I don't know, actually. Yeah, if people do want another live, then I think we should arrange it. I mean, I really should try and do it like as a regular thing where, you know, it's like, I don't know, like a certain, like one Friday a month or something at 7 p.m. UK time. I don't want to say the first Friday of the month. It is, isn't it, this time? Maybe that's something we should try and do going forwards. Again, it sometimes depends what workload I've got on though, as to whether I can commit to the same days, evenings each month. Like if I'm working away teaching and stuff like that.
I think if we try and try to do one a month, that's not too bad.
Yeah, I'll try and like put in. I think we put in an event for this one, didn't we? But it was very last minute because I only decided, was it yesterday, that we were going to do it, and that's because I didn't sort out finishing the castle in time, because the plan was to put that on tonight for you all to watch.
I think that might be our best that gets finished for next Friday.
Oh, I need to finish. I need to get it finished this weekend.
Oh,
Easter weekend, my plan is to finish that cake.
I need more chocolate.
Yeah, I need more chocolate. That is my plan. Yeah, I'll go to the gym as well a little bit. But we best go collect the dog. Yeah, it might be in some of the lives that occasionally the dog is snoring in the background, or sometimes barking. It's one or the other with the dog. So yeah, tonight we were lucky enough we could send him to my parents' house, but it's not always the case with lives. Sometimes he's knocking around in the background making noise. But yeah, I think that's it. That's everything I need to tell everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I will let you all know when the next one's going to be. Take care, enjoy your evening, and have a good Easter weekend.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this has to finish before I finish end live stream here.
Have you clicked off or not clicked off?
Not yet. Well, because you're still.
We could be here all night, actually.
You've waved here, so that means you finished. There's a time lag. That must be it. Yeah.